Can hear it.
All right, it's 9 o'clock. We're starting. People trickle in, they can watch the video, but we don't want to waste time. All right, so thanks everyone for coming. I appreciate it. This has been in the works for a very long time. I know I announced it and then went silent for a while. That's because I had a baby. And well, I didn't have the baby, my fiance did, but that took time away from other extracurriculars, and now we're back. So I've put probably over 1,000 hours, if not thousands, into this launch. The amount of coding that I had to do, well, learn and then do to accomplish some of this stuff was quite a bit. One thing I want to mention is that everything that I've done is with SE2 in mind. So even this mission system, the framework I've built, a lot of it is like front end heavy, so that when SE2 comes out, I should, as long as they open up their API to modders, I should be able to kind of connect the dots and move over functionality from SE1 to SE2. So that's what I try to do, which also took longer. I want to start off by just saying a special thank you to all of our Patreons who have been supporting us even in the lull. That kept the lights on, because it's not free to run servers. And thank you for all the new Patreons and returning ones that came back for this launch. And an extra special shout out to all the people that helped us with one-time donations and continue to do so, because we do need some new hardware. As you know, we fell victim to the 14900K Intel fiasco.
Oh, fuck.
We had a 13900K and a 14900 we bought during the last iteration, which was a big purchase, and then both of them fried. And then when I went back to Intel to get it warrantied, because they're supposed to warranty it, they basically said, they tricked me, which was bullshit. They're like, oh, did you enable XMP? For all of you guys that are not techies, XMP is like it's a overclock on your RAM to make your RAM go faster. That's like Intel certified overclock, and it comes standard. It's like you push a button and it's overclocked. There's like no talent to it.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
done by us.
because I said yes, I did that. They're like, oh yeah, oh sorry, voided warranty. Thank you, ticket closed. So they voided
Um,
both the warranties.
have you been able to sort it out yet, Zach?
What's
Because
that?
I know a trick on how to get that sorted for you for your warranty.
Oh, okay. Well, definitely talk to me after this, and we'll
Mm-hmm.
see if I can open that ticket. That'll save us $500 for a new
Yeah, no
CPU.
problem. I'll sort it out with you.
Okay, thank you, Vivid.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we lost a 13900 and 14900. Replaced them. Replaced one out of pocket, and then the other one is running off of a 12700, which is still a 12900, which is not bad. But no, if we want it to run as optimally as possible, we want the best stuff. So, and SE2 ran, sorry, STC was running hard for a year and a half, the last iteration, which made the hard drives end of life. They're only good for a certain amount of time of read and write. So those are technically they're at zero health as per the diagnostic. They still work, but they're at zero, which just means that at any point in time they could just stop working, and then we lose data that's not backed up or between backups. So we don't, and that's downtime. So we don't want that. So those one-time donations, guys, super important to get our infrastructure up and running, and that kind of stuff. So thank you so much for those donators. There's actually been another one. I have to update the chart. Um, I want to do another shout out to all of the beta testers. Honestly, without you guys, we would not be launching because there's so many new things in this iteration and updated of programming for Nexus 3.0 because it's a new Nexus framework we're using, and everything had to be tested and re-gutted. So, without you guys meticulously going through and seeing how stuff works and breaking it and then me fixing it and we do that over and over again, all the players wouldn't be able to enjoy the game because, our goal this time was to have as smooth launch as possible. And, I didn't want to release until we could do that. So that's why we did the beta this time around, make sure we could get out all the big bugs. Don't get me wrong, there'll still be bugs. There's always bugs. Space engineers, but at least the big kind of game breaking ones should be resolved, and other ones we can address on the fly. So thank you so much for that. And again, especially shout out to War Dave. War Dave killed it. He was like hours just plugging away. If I needed something tested, he jumped on it. So thank you so much, War Dave. All right. I closed the agenda, so give me 1 second to go open that again. Almost there. Way too many windows open. Sorry, guys. Gotta love dead air. All right. So next up, just going to talk a little bit about STC4. So guys, I always like to do STC a little different than what's out there, and that's kind of what made our community grow. You know, there's the way Space Engineers does it, and then, obviously we're a Star Trek themed server, so we want to do it in everything in more of a Star Trek kind of way. Um, so we've added some really cool new things. Some of it is lore-based technology, some of it's based off of lore-based technology that I kind of just made up. So we're going to go show some of those things later today. I did briefly show some of them in the previous town hall, but I'll go through those again for any of the new people that have joined. Let's go to actually, I want to open the floor. So any beta testers that are on right now, if you wouldn't mind, if you want to jump on and I don't know, just candidly, this is not scripted. You don't have to if you don't want to, but tell us a little bit about the experience in the beta and what you're looking forward to in the game. Because I wanted to open the floor up to you guys because you've had your hand dipped in it or your toes dipped in it. It's more of a testing capacity, but you would be able to talk as a community member to the community members, which probably will mean more than me just talking. So, did anyone want to say anything?
Sure.
Yeah, the mission systems for me is going to be I think the most thing people are looking forward to myself. It's kind of fun to play around with.
Yeah.
Awesome. And we're going to show a little more of that mission system. Just a disclaimer, the mission system is working. It's going to be rolled out with just beginner level missions. The basic framework is functional, so you can use it, get rewards, get rep, that kind of stuff. But making more intricate missions with more cool stuff happening, multiple objectives, linking like, a mission tree, like with this mission goes to this mission, goes to this mission, like that kind of stuff. That's all in the plans as well, but not rolled out for launch. But, that's the once all the bugs in the system are worked out, all the bigger ones, I'm going to turn the mic to the community, and I want to hear from you guys where you want me to hone my development effort into. So if missions, for example, if everyone's like, oh my God, they're amazing, I want missions, like everyone's like missions, 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 then that's where I'll put my dev effort into. If people are like, oh, I want something else, or this needs to change, or rebalance this is top priority, I'm going to listen to you guys and I'm going to go from there. So yeah, don't hesitate to give me your constructive feedback. Be civil, obviously. I am human, and I take constructive criticism, but telling me it sucks, I don't like it, go to hell, that kind of stuff, no, that doesn't really do anything. All right. So I think Trey wanted to say something.
Well, I definitely would echo what War Dave said. The mission system for me is probably the most interesting new addition, aside from just every time that we've had a new season, there's been new locations, a lot more to explore, and so I definitely am looking forward to setting up shop at a couple different places. I know I've talked to Sark about setting up something on the Pleasure Planet for people to visit.
And Ryza. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really going to be something that I would
Maybe that's where the meetings go, right? All the peace talks will be on Ryza on the beach.
Absolutely.
We'll set up
I'll
a
be
nice
buying
station
drinks.
Yeah, I'll throw in some NPCs, and we'll put some waiters walking around and stuff.
Yeah, there you go, and some entertainment.
Yes. Awesome. Well, thanks guys for speaking up. I do appreciate that. It's nice to hear from people that have experienced it so far. All right, I'm going to pass the torch off to Siege. So, well, actually, before I do that, I'm going to say another special shout out to Siege, who has spent many, 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 many hours orchestrating some of the music that we're going to be putting into the game. You've probably seen some of the teasers. We've posted some of the videos already in music. Those I love them. I think they really capture, Federation, Romulans, Klingons, Star Trek in general, and he continues to build more and more music that's going to be coming. But yeah, so I'll pass the baton to Siege. Siege.
Hey, everybody. I hope you like what you've been hearing so far. That's just a snapshot of some of the tracks. I know Sarg is getting some more posted that's finished. I'm sending his way. I, too, am trying to get some of the last themes I've been working on polished up before launch. But the long-term idea is to have ambient music, all kinds of stuff throughout the experience with a couple of focuses, right? If it's significant place of interest. It has some kind of heavier theme to kind of pull you in from an immersive standpoint. If it's a place where you're mining, maybe you don't want to listen to a choir screaming in your ears while you're harvesting materials. So areas like that where music can be implemented will be a little bit more ambient and just kind of background stuff. So my task for myself was, how do I make this interesting enough that people want to listen to it and it doesn't get repetitive, with the goal of people not turning the music off, right? Because I think we've all played games where we reach a point where we're like, I've heard this enough, and we turn the music off. So I wanted to share a little bit about how I'm constructing some of this, and I'll screen share in a second. I don't know how many of you are familiar with, give me a second here, who are familiar with FL Studio or some of the samples that are available, but I got a hold of a copy of Spitfire Symphony Orchestra, which is probably one of the most cost-effective, highest quality orchestral sampled sets you can get. So without spending thousands of dollars, this is about as close as we can get to cinematic or AAA video game level music in terms of samples. So the next step was, pulling enough themes that it feels like Star Trek. You hear some themes that you know and love, but not so heavily reliant on the original music that you're not just plucking sound files out of Spotify or something, or using tracks directly from games videos. So anyway, I'm sure you've heard some of the Klingon stuff already. If you haven't, I thought I'd play a little bit of that just very quickly. And let me know if you guys can hear this.
God, he has written the Klingon opera.
Yeah.
No, from what I heard so far, it's pretty awesome, man.
Might want to turn it up, Siege.
What's that?
You might want to turn it up a little. It's really faint.
Is it? I've got it maxed. Unless someone has a
suggestion
on how to have the output higher on Discord.
Maybe adjust your volume, like we can adjust your volume.
Yeah, my volume's maxed. I'm looking to see if streaming has a setting. I won't spend more than 30 seconds on this, guys. I don't want to waste your time either.
You guys can also up the volume on your streamer as well. Plus, you can up his volume directly if you right-click on him.
Yeah, that might help.
Yeah, I have my 200.
And the stream volume as well directly.
Yeah, do you, on the stream volume, Sarg, is that maxed as well?
Trying to find
is that
the
all?
Stream volume setting.
Yeah, if you hover over the stream.
Yeah, when the stream's up, you got the volume icon on the bottom right-hand side.
Where you can make it full screen and pop it out of the Discord menu.
You'll see all the members in there. There's a mute button.
yeah.
You
There
got
you go.
disconnect.
There we are.
To the right of that.
I
Alright,
say
try
about
it now.
halfway.
Cool. All right, now that you've got it maxed.
Engage.
Everything's maxed. Go away.
So this whole section I'm playing with Abrams verse Klingon Trek with this rhythm. I don't know if you guys picked up on it. I borrowed that pretty directly. But I tried to add some choral elements and do a couple of unique things so it had its own feel to it. And then hopping ahead, we transitioned into the classic Klingon theme, which I was always bummed they didn't add in the Abrams era. Because I feel like it would have been a fun callback. But the original, if you recall, is a little bit like we know it, we love it, but it's a little bit cheesy. So I tried to just tie it a little bit to newer cinematic stuff, and that transition happens here. So you get the idea. But the idea here with the opera, of course, is that Klingon opera is not meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to be survived. I originally started writing a longer opera. I was telling Sarg about it. And then I stopped because I said no one wants to listen to this. It's really awful, which was the point, but you get the idea. The cool thing is, now that this is written and as I kind of walked Sarg through how I wanted to handle the process, there's like 5 full tracks now. The 5th one's almost finished. I'll play a little snippet of that before I hand the mic back. The concept was to construct this sort of sound profile for all of these places, and then I can deconstruct it and create these ambient callbacks to these main themes that are a lot less heavy, and they're just sometimes it's just a little synth and some off sound effects that you've heard before and you'll subconsciously associate with their origins. So let me switch over to the other track here.
Siege, Jade, they just posted in text chat, is it possible to use them in single player?
In theory, Sarg, isn't it like mod content? Is it downloadable?
Yeah, it's mod content. So if you find the mod list and put it in the right order, you should be able to enjoy Klingon opera all day, every day.
There you go. And I'll write a whole opera just for you. So let me just this other track. So are you guys seeing a new screen? Did I successfully switch that? Cool. So this one has not been shared yet. It's almost finished. I'll give you a little bit of it. But it's for a location. I don't know if Sarg is disclosed yet, but you can use your imagination. I'm sure you caught the
Fucking
iconic.
impressive.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah. So I'll wrap it up there because we could spend a ton of time listening to this stuff. But for those of you who haven't done this kind of work before, this is a snapshot of what each of those notes from each of those instruments looks like. This is just the brass and some of the string sections. So it all has to be manually implemented or inputted, and some of this is actually me playing on keyboard. We like to joke that I play piano, my wife plays everything else because she is a musician of high caliber. So some cool things down the road. Sarg mentioned some of this stuff is conversation about SE2. I think looking at how they allow music to be implemented in the future. This is something I've really enjoyed working on, and I've talked to a couple of friends of mine in the music world who direct choirs and do other interesting things. And I approached them about writing music that has actual Klingon as like the choir singing, right? So there could be some cool projects in the future, but this is what we have for now, and there's more to come.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
I really like where you're going with this, and I like that you blended the motion picture, like the clacking of the drumsticks on the edge of the snare drum, kind of sound like ding 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 ding, and
sure. Yeah.
and that really adds the stress and suspense. It's something I enjoyed about the motion pictures. It's I would like to see more tracks with a more threatening Klingon undertone, you know what I mean? Like, how you play Breath of the Wild and the music starts, or Ocarina of Time, how an enemy's in the area, you hear, and then when you target them, it's like, oh shit, the music just pops off. Combat.
Sure.
Is there any way to implement that with a plugin? So like when you're within range, it plays for, the people affected within render range to start the music, and as you close in, bam, raid starts. Shit's flying.
So Stark and I have talked at length about ways to implement music. I'll let him elaborate maybe another time, but suffice it to say that as soon as launch happens and we've got, Sarg has everything going at an operational level, then we're going to kind of turn our eye in the direction of what else we can expand on with the music stuff, especially if people like it, because this is the first, I think, for maybe any Space Engineers server, which is kind of exciting. To the best of my knowledge, unless someone's aware of something I'm not, people have pulled tracks from other stuff, but there hasn't been anything written specifically for it. So I'm kind of pleased that's something that appears to be unique to STC. So in the future, Sarg and I are going to look at other uses for music and if it can be implemented, because he's got to do all the legwork with the code.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah. It's SE doesn't make it easy to pick exactly when you want certain music to play, and we can do like overrides. Like I could override the complete SE soundtrack and then use a different one, but then I need a full SE sound. Like I need 60 songs, right? Like 60 things. If I override all of the SE music with like 6 tracks, you guys are gonna get sick of it very quickly. So we need a more of a library before we can go kind of full tilt. But the idea is we're introducing some new tracks that will be blended in. So you're gonna hear some SE music, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, boom, some like Federation theme music comes on. You're like, whoa, and you get pumped. But
that would be
it's
so
blended
cool
right now.
That would just add so much to the ambiance, as opposed to listening to everybody screaming and bitching in the damn Discord when they're raiding.
Yeah. All right, Siege, thanks again so much for all your help and all the time that you've dedicated so far and continue to. These are the things that make SE different. Like I said when we first started the call, right? We want to differentiate us from all the other servers. No hate on any of the servers. I'm just saying, like, we want to take a different take than what the normal Space Engineers take is on things. and this was kind of one of them.
I can tell you that you're on the path of making something better than any producer or game developer could have ever made with the Star Trek IP.
Yeah.
That's true.
They all
We've
suck.
been all waiting for a really good Star Trek IP.
You know, you got that new Voyager game. It's like the Fallout shelter.
Yeah.
Oh, hey
Yeah,
guys, Brock is awesome. If you look at my profile picture, just an FYI, tell it to turn this person in this picture into a Klingon. That's my face as a Klingon.
I was wondering about that. It looks like movie quality.
Just rock,
Same
bro.
for me.
Okay, Wolf.
Good old Grok. All right, we're gonna move on to some in-game stuff. So let me jump in and switch my screen. Come on, Discord. Let me know if you can see the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go over some of the cool new things. Not everything, because we're going to be here forever. But I'll just kind of quickly run through some stuff. Number one, we don't have a lobby server anymore. It's actually built into the game. So when you log into the game, you have the option to start in the lobby. That lobby is DS9. DS9's in the game. So when you join the game, there's no lobby. So basically everyone's in the same spot. There's no separate server. That's just like a waiting lobby server. When you start in the server, you're going to start all in the same spot. There's the transporter pad.
What's the login queue look like with something like that?
It's shorter than SE3, but it's still long because there's a lot of mods. It's like 24 gigs of mods. Why can't I find the transporter pad? So everyone kind of starts here when you start. You actually start right here. Then you walk in, greeted by a little sign, tells you kind of what to look at. So your spawn options are on level 2, your holo library level 1, and your trade stores in Quark's Bar. So the economy, which is tied to trade stations, NPC trade stations, you're able to buy and sell goods through the NPC system up until platinum. Anything above platinum you can't buy from an NPC. You have to buy it from the player economies. And the economies are now dynamically driven. So if someone comes and unloads an obscene amount of iron ore, then they're going to drive the price down of iron ore to like 1 SC. And then, not as lucrative to sell at that point. But different trade stations will have different buying and selling amounts. So technically, if you want to play the economy, you could be like, sell a bunch of stuff or buy iron ore at the cheapest rate possible because it's flooded at DS9, and go to like a Romulan station and sell it because they're buying it for 5 times, for 5 SC an ingot or something, right? So you can kind of play that market back and forth. So you can do trade runs, which is one of the things players asked for, was to be able to do that. Also, players will have the ability to start their own trade stations. We have a new ship class system where now there's a special block that you have to put on your ship, which will then lock you down to specific block limits. And you're only allowed a certain amount of those blocks on certain ships. So I'll give you an example. There's a trade station computer core, right? It's the computer core that runs this trade station. That is the block that allows you to build only specific things on a trade station. Trade stations can't have weapons. Trade stations are allowed a special safe zone generator, which puts up a safe zone. So now you can put a trade station pretty much anywhere you want within reason. Again, if people are stupid with the way and abuse it, it's meant to be a trade station. That will be clearly identified. If people use it as not a trade station, then I can simply just not allow you to use that class of block anymore. So you no longer, I can restrict the trade station block from your account, and then you can't use it, and then you don't have that ability. So don't abuse it, you will lose it. It's very simple. Also, trade stations, there'll be a write-up on what exactly it's supposed to be used for. If people are using it to hoard their goods, as in, hey, here's an infinite safe zone, I'm going to put all my gold and latinum in there and store it and for a rainy day, then we have automated scripts that actually go out and scan everybody's inventory in the game every so often, and it will flag stuff like that. So we'll know that you're just using a trade station for hoarding and not selling. And again, you'll be warned and then lose your trade station. So basically, guys, don't abuse it. It's there for you guys to have fun and actually have a player-driven economy without abuse. So, yeah. All right, so you probably noticed this guy here. This is the Tree of Life. You're allowed these on your stations. This guy here will actually give you recharge your life, HP, hydrogen, energy, oxygen. Just being around the tree will slowly trickle up.
Is this based off the tether code that allows you to heal over an area or connect to things over an area, just automated?
No, this has nothing to do with Tether's code.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious if the code and the
wrote that particular plugin.
What's that?
Oh, the Tether plugin. I think it was actually Bushfiend that wrote that particular plugin.
Yeah, that son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's a completely different. Tether has one purpose, and it's to circumvent stuff and
just being a dick.
Right?
Not cool.
Which actually,
I hope you have
protections
for that.
Thing. Yeah, I have a anti-cheat that I made that blocks all the Tether stuff. I have to make sure I have that updated.
What about overlays on the user interface? So I know a lot of servers like Sigma Draconis. You see, I came from Skunkworks. I think everybody knows that knows me. And needless to say, I didn't get along with some people that made some poor choices. And I'm just curious, is your anti-cheat, I know Sigma Draconis, back to what I was saying, implemented a lot of the user interface cheats from a lot of the scripts, like the radar where it highlights people that fly around, which I think is a good idea to have in a server because, good Lord, you think you're flying around in space, you could target something with a heads-up display. We have F-22 Raptors in 2025. So I was just curious if your server is going to implement, some kind of radar. So like at 15 kilometers, it puts a red reticle around the target grid and allows you to visibly see it instead of staring at a black screen and hoping you can see some pixels move from a distance. I was just curious.
I think that's probably Weapon Core Radar, right?
Yeah, that's Weapon Core Radar. So there is a block that has a far range that you can put on your ship that will enable you to see stuff further.
I mean, does it give you like a reticle around the target grid or the detected grids to indicate whether enemy, neutral, or friendly at that range? Like, you don't have to manually target them. You can just look around.
No, you'd have to target.
Do you have to scroll the wheel or no?
Yeah, scroll the wheel.
Oh.
I think there's there's two kind of components here with the web core radar that I think that he's talking about. There's an actual sensor block that you can put down, but then there's actually a UI overlay component part to it that some servers do push as a mod.
Yes, I would pop into Sigma Draconis and
look at it.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, it is really handy.
I'm sorry. It's okay.
I have the script and everything on mine, SAG, so I'll have a look for it as well.
Thank you.
Perfect, thanks.
I think that would be a quality of life thing that would set your server apart from others, especially with everything else you're doing as far as the combat's concerned.
So what's the actual render range?
I actually boosted it quite a bit. Render range is at like 30-something thousand.
What?
Oh wow, that's huge.
Or sorry, 30,000 meters.
Okay.
Yeah, 30. Yeah, I was about to say 30. Yeah, still 30 kilometers is pretty high because I mean a lot of servers I've seen usually it's 10 to 15 at most.
Yeah.
Most places.
Both the Stargonis, and I'm pretty sure his blade is pretty big. It's bigger than me.
I'm trying to, again, this is another reason why our donations and stuff are so important, right? If you want to have the best experience with a game that was programmed 25 years ago, we need to heavily rely on like CPU power. So getting that new CPU and running the game off of that is going to give the best experience for people. We already have a dedicated ISP that literally just does Space Engineers and a website. We have a dedicated static IP. I have a dedicated network Ubiquiti switches system. Like we got stuff. But again, you're only as strong as your weakest link. You have all that cool stuff, and then you got a slow processor. Guess what? It's not really going to work out too well.
Well, that's why we donate. And I, for certain, will be donating to you because it seems like you're one Patreon I can get behind because you actually do something.
Yeah,
but sorry,
proof's in the pudding, right? So that's why I'm showing you guys this stuff and try to make the experience as good as possible for you guys.
I say, gone are the days where he had to manually give us the new updated IP address.
Yeah, every like 2 weeks or a week or sometimes 4 times a day. It was so annoying.
That was annoying.
Yeah, it was.
The amount of tickets
costs, right? Like I have a fiber optic business IP line, ISP line with a static IP. That's that's $200 a month just for that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna donate.
That's not cheap, man.
Yes, please give this man money.
Well,
shut up and
I shell out a lot of money for guys to have fun, right? So I need my costs met, and if there's a little on top, even better because I spend thousands of hours to do this stuff, and I don't even play the game. So, I appreciate everyone in the community and your input and all of your donations, and never take anything for granted. So thank you.
And so everybody knows he's got to pay his light bill. So make sure you give him $200 a month. Everybody in this chat. I want this man to eat good.
So before we go on the page, what was that block with the really good range?
No, it's a UI interface script.
I know, but
I do have some old dirty code that I can probably send to Sargonis to break down and look.
Radar is. What is there a block that has a weapon core range greater than 7 kilometers?
Yeah, right here, sensor array.
Yeah, the sensor array.
15-kilometer range sensor.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we've had them in 2.0 and 3.0. The code just didn't work right.
Yeah, I changed them. They used to actually be a sensor block, but it killed performance. So now it's actually this is technically a turret with 15 kilometers.
Yeah, I
and
remember.
It doesn't shoot. So
I remember the first iteration. I remember on that first iteration, you'd go into an asteroid cluster, and it would just immediately eat the server because it was trying to ping and map every freaking asteroid nearby in 15 kilometers.
Oh my goodness!
say something, Reigns?
Okay, so let's move along, guys, because I'm sure people want to hear about stuff before we get onto our typical 4-hour town halls. So when you log in, when you come up, the first level is our library, and this library has basically is for new players to tell you about like the blocks and what they do. For some reason, they're all off. There they are. So you can see they all have little. This is the new small grid warp system. This is a PMC, etc. So anyways, people can kind of peruse here when they log in and kind of see what's what. Just something kind of cool to put in game. There's also obviously the wiki that will be there. Hopefully I can get a bunch of it updated before we launch. But yeah, so that's the second floor. Also a special thank you to Raptorman. Raptorman's actually the one who retrofitted the entire DS9 for this iteration. So you know, he put in the wrench time here and did a lot of cool little things that kind of I'll show you after. Let's go back up. So this is ops. If you watch DS9, this is their operations area. So we kind of retrofitted this to actually be the spawning areas. So when you spawn in DS9, you're going to have these areas. But if you choose to be Klingon, guess what? Go to the big Klingon area here. And if you notice, he's decked it out with a whole bunch of Klingon stuff. If you might want to notice, this is a new block. Batlift.
Oh, that's so cool.
That is a cool block.
Are they usable?
Yeah, that looks cool.
Right now it's display, but I do want to make it usable. Also, there's another new block, the insignia. So you can actually like deck out put on the side of your hull, throw in the Klingon symbols and stuff. Your
nice
spawns
touch.
are here. What's that?
So that's a nice touch. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thanks. So when you come here, these are your transporter pads. One will be your. Wait a minute. Why is there two? One's the planetary spawn, so you start on Kronos. One will be the space spawn where you start in your spaceship, the non-Patreon spaceship. All the Patreon stuff will be in the Patreon section, which is a big shout out of thank you to my Patreons. So you come into here, these are all your Patreon spawns, so they'll be labeled eventually. You'll see Romulan, Klingon, Federation, and
Other,
yes. I forget what that one was. I'm also going to be opening up to our Patreons. So if you remember in 3.0, I developed that whole trophy system where when you kill NPCs, you can get special dust and those dust you then save, and then you can build these trophies. See it like an Enterprise, a D7,
wherever that ship is.
Oh, the Kumari, goddammit.
Yeah. Bajoran Fighter, Romulan, whatever. So these guys here are actually going to be opened up to our Patreons as Patreon-only decorative blocks, because I keep promising I'm going to have decorative blocks for Patreons, and we're on the 4th iteration, so I better finally do it. Moving along, here's the Federation. So you walk into here, it's pretty cool. Raptor kind of themed it all. So, you know, gives you that Federation vibe, the colors. You walk in, there's actually like a front desk. It's very Federation-like. There's a ship, and your spawns here. little lookout area, which is pretty cool. You can kind of look out and see the hull of the ship of DS9. Oh, and the Federation has like the Klingons had their emblem, the Federation has their kind of TNG style badge emblem that you can place on your ships. Then we got the Romulans. You can see it looks very kind of Matrix Romulan-esque with the green. You walk in, everything's kind of darker. He themed it because that's, shrouded in mystery. Has the Romulan way. So here's your Patreon spawns. There's your trophy. Here's the back room. And this is the emblem for the Romulan Empire. So you can build these and throw them on the hull of your ship or inside and stuff like that.
It's pretty sick.
Do those come in multiple sizes or just single 1x1 blocks?
Just 1x1 blocks. Yeah, so that is the spawning area of DS9, and yeah. Alright, so if you don't got any questions, kind of move along.
Well, I have one. So since that's the lobby and it's not on its own dedicated server, how are server restarts going to be? Because how it was before is server restarts to the lobby.
You are going to be put into offline completely and reloaded.
Okay.
Sent to the Shadow Realm, I see.
Yeah, we'll be spamming enter on the server in the menus.
Yeah, there'll be 20 people on join. We'll see how that pans out. Hopefully, Casimir accounted for that when he built that with, no lobby needed idea. Worst case scenario, again, nothing's permanent. If we really have to, I can duplicate this station, throw it on another server, use more resources, and then have a separate lobby server again. So, yeah. Another one of those blocks that we were talking about earlier. So this is the replicator block. So you can actually change these screens and put like whatever Federation Ulcars or Romulan or Cardassian or whatever in there. This one here, if you can hear that, it's actually a survival kit. So it charges you.
Oh, that's cool.
It's cool.
With the lobby, are we going to have access like we did in 3.0 to the holodeck, or is that just going to be by logins?
I'm looking into that. Right now the holodecks are completely separate. I'm looking into scripting something that will allow you to do that. Unfortunately, I just realized today when I decommissioned 3.0, I threw away all of the Patreon spawn blueprints and all of the spawn code for Patreon stuff. So I have to rebuild that and
like the spawning or the Patreon ships themselves.
Yeah, the Patreon ships themselves are. I have to get them back. I'm pretty sure I have them. I think Raptor, as long as they're still published with Raptorman, because he's the one that made them all.
I'll check. Yeah, I'll check because I think I had them too because we revamped them. Because of that whole issue. Yeah, the whole issue with people spawning and just deleting them for resources.
Yeah. And farming antimatter dust or deteriorating antimatter.
Yep. Yeah, I'll check my files. Got them.
Okay. So here's our DS9 guys. There's Bajor. That's where DS9 is going to live. So what's changed from the other one, from our other iterations? 500 No NPCs will spawn 500 kilometers from the center of a planet. So as long as you are within 500 kilometers of a planet, you don't have to worry about NPCs spawning on you. Also, due to popular demand, you guys should be very excited for this. NPCs do not spawn in mining fields anymore.
Yeah!
Yeah!
You can
That
mine.
certainly makes things funner.
I approve.
Or less or more chill when you're actually trying to mine.
Yeah. So yeah, much
don't have to
more chill. There's one caveat. There is a mining field that hasn't been implemented and won't be implemented at launch on purpose. And that's more of an end game minefield, not minefield, asteroid field, which will have certain auras, but in order to kind of make the gameplay longer, like, you know how it is. People log in and then they find some cheesy way to get right to like the end game asteroid belt, and they're like, take all the ore, and then 5 days later they're at end game or something. Like, this is to avoid that. It doesn't exist in the game. It will come out eventually as people build up and time passes. It will be pushed out. Like it's not a belt that has everything. It just has more. But yeah. And that belt, when it does come out, will have NPCs because it has a lot of cool stuff. So it needs to be more of a challenge. But everything else doesn't. So there is 2 belts per, I guess we call it Alliance region. So like Federation space has 2 belts in it. One is a starter belt, which it has certain ores in it, and it's right by Earth. Then there is another belt, which is near a point of interest in Federation space, which will have more variety of ores. But there is still a need for planetary mining. So there is certain ores or certain reasons why you need to planetary mine. And that was done on purpose because there's no point of having planets if there's no reason to visit them.
I don't think DS9's a little close to Bajor.
Yeah, they turned their thrusters on and went a little closer. Oh, actually, it's in gravity. That's very close, actually. I just realized, is it in gravity? No, that's not in gravity.
Almost, though. Just the tip.
I was in spectator mode. Not in gravity. We're good. Yeah, we would have found out really fast when the server restarted. DS9 would have. You never park in gravity because you'll end up, when the server reloads, at the surface of the planet.
Yeah, that happened to me a couple of weeks ago.
Would have been pure gold, though. Everybody logged in, DS9's crashing to the planet.
Yeah.
Right. Here I am flying over with a PMCC. I'm like, oh, salvage.
All right, so POI, Sky, point of interest. What is that? This is where the other asteroid belts are. By this guy. So in these rings, again, it hasn't been implemented yet, but there will be asteroids, a ring around here. And you'll be able to mine around this beautiful gas giant. And that goes.
The planets look so good.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
mind
I
the
really
Uranus.
tried to up the ante on the visuals for this time around.
It's
for
funny
planets,
how the planets are almost aligned.
Yeah, well, I did that for simplicity. They actually are aligned. If you actually pull back and look, they're all exactly in the same formation of every other alliance. So
well, that's nice because nobody has any kind of tactical advantage inside their own space because stuff is too close.
That's why I know it's not real. Like, planets aren't like that, but in order to not have people upset and say, hey, they have it closer or further or whatever, This is the one that I'm really proud of. This one took a while to make, but the effects on it were actually really cool.
That's awesome. Where's the point of no return in that?
Yeah, that guy. This is the new Briar Patch. This is in Klingon space. So
I was gonna say,
Klingons mining will be around this planet, or this black hole actually. That's sucking everything in.
So I was gonna say
like
that. I was gonna tell you, just let me know when you get to the surface and let me know how that goes.
Yeah. It's sick to have a station orbiting that.
Yeah.
Alright, first one to design a ship to survive the gravity.
So is the event horizon the moment you notice gravity?
The event, yeah. When you notice it, it's too great. It goes from
It's too
0
late?
to 1,000. No, I didn't make it too.
Yes.
There is gravity. There is gravity, but it's not too insane. But it does provide like a design challenge, and again, you don't want to get too close because gravity will go higher as you get close. But it doesn't jump from like 0 to 100 and you're dead. You know, I don't want to torture the players, but I just want to give them a little cool thing to look at with
little
some
butt
additional
pucker
build stuff. Also for battles too, right? Because like if you're fighting someone and then all of a sudden they lose thrusters and they're in gravity, if you wanted to, you could just like fly back and just stare at them and then see them slowly get sucked into the planet.
Well, that's another interesting aspect is that, you know, your warp drives won't initiate, they won't work in gravity, so it means that you kind of have to hit the outer edge of this and kind of go in a little bit. So, you know, no quick escape.
No, you need thrusters to get out, right? Until you get to endgame. And that I'm actually looking at redesigning next. So the impulse system, currently, when you have an impulse computer, it gives you like incredible dampening, where virtually gravity doesn't matter. So I'm actually looking at trying to tweak that. That was done that way because of a coding issue with Keen code. I'm going to see if I can circumvent that to actually be more practical and less OP. All right, so the next one is the Romulans. Theirs is actually really cool as well. Here's the Romulans. There it is.
It's kind of trippy with two suns, I'm just saying.
Yes. That's a sun from another solar system. This is your sun.
This is your sun. This is your sun on crack.
So this is the point of interest for...
Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah. And it has a really cool view, kind of...
Ooh, I'm going to touch
swirling.
Yeah, I like that. Accretion disk.
The forbidden blanket.
Gravity Snuggie.
Actually, let's see.
Is that Hobus?
Yeah, so I'm like pretty close. Gravity's only at 1.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
1G.
Yeah, go deeper though.
Yeah, when you...
That's what she said.
If I go just a little closer, like here.
Not to you.
Well, we're at 3. And we're at...
Oh,
2.
that's a jump.
Don't ruin the fun. Oh! Let us find out. Don't ruin the fun.
Yeah, I think we're building ships that can survive that.
It's still going up. So yes, there is a point of no return. Yeah, like.
So there is a point where it will just absolutely eat you.
But impulse.
And you're at 5,000 G.
You could conceivably park right there with impulse, right?
I don't think impulse can handle 5,000 G, but
No, it can't.
There's one way. There's one way to find out.
But it would be great in PvP. You just target their their impulse engines and let them fall in.
How many impulse engines would you need for 5,000 G? About 200.
Give me 500 impulse engines, 1 warp core, and a cockpit and a gyro. I'll get your ass out of there.
I bet the flying brick would make a comeback.
There's
You're
actually
damn
a
right.
special hidden Easter egg, guys. If you can slingshot around this 5,000 G star, you can end up in STC 5.
Good to know.
I'm gonna do it.
Right.
Yeah.
I call BS.
Yeah, I call BS Boozy. I was even fucking
Never ever doubt dimly.
Going to plaid.
Oh,
I'm gonna put a station right at the edge of these things just so people just come over, just watch beyond this point's the point of no return.
Yeah, I can see the slingshot. No, it's not a slingshot. It's gonna slam you right into the hole.
Is that Atlas 3i? Holy shit!
The next one is the sun. This looks badass too.
Yeah, it does. It looks good.
Yeah, it does. Wait, is that where the light emanates from in the system?
No.
Or is there a rotating sun that does the day-night shift?
Sun. This is just another sun, unfortunately. Space engineer limitation, but.
Now, is there any way that you can get rid of the two-dimensional fucking JPEG that represents the sun in the system that rotates? That way
Well, you can't get rid of it. I'm working on dimming it, so basically it is like it's not there. It'll still produce light from that direction because that's space engineers, but you'll only see one sun.
I want to
touch it.
Can you retexture it?
You can have one touch.
SP 10 trillion, anyone? SP 10 trillion, anyone? Can use some sunscreen.
Yeah.
No.
So this is actually really cool too, guys, because you can see the actual flares. If you stare at the corona.
Oh, that is neat. Yeah, I see it.
You can see the flares of the sun moving
That's
around.
pretty cool.
And
like
then you get
Destiny coming in for a fuel scoop.
It is very bright in the sun, as you would expect. The sun has damage over time. So when you get too close to the sun, your ship will take damage.
The shield or the hull?
Your hull will take damage.
Really? I thought shields took damage in Undiscovered Country when they were slinging shot around the sun with the bird of prey.
But that's a server limitation, right?
That was DS9.
Okay, I was just trying to be a nerd about it. Jeez.
So your ship will take damage, but
it's a greenhouse effect.
This is also a way where you can use one of the new blocks. There is a plasma collector block, and that block on your ship will fill your EPS conduits, your impulse fuel that powers the impulse drives. In the past, you had to power it with like a 10 gigawatt reactor, and it just chewed through intermix. Now you can sit kind of idle in the Corona and charge your
That kind of sounds like scooping. That sounds like scooping in Elite Dangerous, except I don't have to scoop.
Yes, it's similar to that. So you can basically take in that power, the plasma from the sun, charge your plasma EPS conduits, and then power your impulse drives. But your ship will take damage constantly when you're doing that. So this is a really cool mechanic, guys. There is a special ship called a transport ship. The transport ship's perp is designed with block limits so that its main purpose is to survive in the sun longer than any other ship. So it can be a farming ship, basically, to farm the plasma. Also, if you deploy a blade of armor, your blade of armor will take the damage, not your hull. And a blade of armor there's a high resistance to solar damage with a blade of armor. And transport ships are able to pump more power.
So it's the difference. There's different damage types in this, not just energy and kinetic. There's also others.
Yes, there's solar, or what did I call this?
Elemental.
Atmospheric or solar, I don't remember what I called it. But yeah, you can't. But then you can't.
Thermal.
There's no energy kinetic. Like there's no. You can't turn your shields on and say go to protect me against solar energy. It's not an option. Your only option is plate of armor to protect you from this.
Oh,
okay.
So it's part of the gameplay loop of maintaining plasma or that intermix fuel.
Daddy really like.
And then those people that.
Hey, did you know Klingons' foreheads and ribs that are pleasure?
Can start up like selling it.
Very cool.
All right, so blocks.
That would be high energy galactic cosmic rays and the type of radiation that spacecraft shields cannot effectively block. So GCRs.
Soldeath, you're gonna be a Klingon, right?
Fuel critical.
Better fucking be.
So, guys, this is a new feature that I want to show you. It wasn't in the last town hall. So, you guys remember Zora? If you were in the last town hall or read the notes.
Critical.
So, let's go get Zora.
Energy low.
Could you educate us for those who are under a rock like I am?
Zora?
So, Zora... Where'd she go? There she is. Zora is your new AI assistant. It's a artificial intelligence robot that is with you and helps you out.
So is Zora named after the characters from the Legend of Zelda franchise? Because I don't remember any races called Zora.
Discovery.
Zora, Star Trek Discovery. Sentient
it's
AI.
Oh, really?
It's the AI from Discovery.
Yep.
Damn it.
All right, so guys, look at the screen. You see my oxygen level. You see my energy level. Yeah. Then if I bring out Zora, so here she is. She just chills with me.
Oh, what?
Now look at my energy levels.
That's some Destiny shit. Yeah, I see that. It's Destiny as hell.
Yeah. Yep. It's modeled after the Ghost.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
But it has Borg texturing on it.
Nice. I like that. That's pretty neat.
Oh.
I think you need some power cells.
I was gonna say, yeah, your energy's low.
Oh, I spelled the wrong thing. Whoops. So when you have Zora equipped, you need power cells. Power cells will power Zora. And then she'll give you... There it is.
You can manufacture those, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So if you notice, all my stats are now increasing.
That's
nice. Now, what's the diminishing return on the Zora? Like, is there some kind of, debuff that happens that makes you more vulnerable to other players in some way, shape, or form, either visibility or whatnot?
I gotta look at why it's not working. Oh, I didn't. No. So this is remember guys, I told you this is the actual server. I haven't set the config files yet for, there's settings on the server.
I was about to say, Zora wants to help you out, but the universe is telling you no.
Yeah, so, Zora said time stands still here.
I'm afraid it's your time.
Yeah. But, so, Zora will actually, let's see if this works. So, while Zora also recharges all your stats, Zora will bring you back to life if you die.
What?
Yes. That does not seem honorable for Klingons.
Zora,
that sounds like something Finley would do.
Zora has Zora made a deal with Stovelcore. It's okay. It's all legit.
Kaelissa says you're not worthy yet for Stovacor.
Oh.
So what happens when the Borg get a hold of Zora?
Well, we'll
I'm gonna be like, okay, good.
We're fucked.
That's the plotline of STC 5.
Okay.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
Thank
So
you. Come
I'm
again.
trying to die here.
Your health is low.
Let's see if this
And
works.
pray that part of the script works.
Your health is critical.
Nope.
Bruh, he dead.
Nah, I gotta.
She said, "No, not today."
She needs a raise.
Instead of a Zora, your ass has got a HAL 9000. You're sorry, Dave, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I guess today was a good day for Sargonis to die, yeah?
This is, well, like I said, remember, all the demo stuff was not be able to.
Yeah, we know. We're just
set up.
giving you hell.
Yeah. But it does work. With all the we already baited it and everything in another Nexus server, and it functions the way it's supposed to. It's just not working
Heck yeah.
now. But anyways, what happens is you die, and then instead of what happens, you see this explosion of sparks, and then Zora talks to you, and she's like, "I have revived you." I don't remember what she says, but Zora actually talks to you too as well. Zora has many different quirky things to say about your browser history and other things.
I knew it. I knew it.
Hey, wait.
Malicious code! Malicious code!
Dude, you don't need to know about my Labubu addiction.
Zora knows. She's an AI. See if I can get this.
Your Labubu edition is a crucial part of the Federation.
You know what? Don't make me go to Grok and render a Labubu Klingon. I'll fucking do it. That'd probably be a really good idea to 3D print. Now that I think about it, hold up.
You're
Alright,
saying
so
this
I'm
like
gonna
it's a bad
jump
idea.
back to DS9, guys. And there's one more thing that Zora can do. This was a new addition. And this will be very good for PvP people.
Hey Sark, it won't work unless you probably go to the planet Bajor first, because then it has to move you into the right zone.
Oh yeah.
It won't show up on the entities list.
Start again, and you're going.
Second one. Toward the top. Scroll
What's the
over
hand
top.
doing?
There you go.
Thanks.
Now it should show up on the entities list.
I got a quick question about the plasma collector while you're loading in, if you have the time.
Sure.
Does it have to be outside the ship, or does it need to be inside, or can it be inside?
It can be inside.
Okay, and there's no difference in the collection rate? It's literally just like inside, outside is the same?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna do it outside, but the model that we're using just doesn't look good. To be honest, when it's outside, like it looks like a sore thumb, like it doesn't belong.
Does it need to be connected via a conveyor system, or is it just like magically through the blocks?
Through the blocks. No. I have to double check. I think it's magically through the blocks.
Okay.
I didn't. I don't think I set up conveyor logic being a requirement to save time programming.
Is it still possible to use it use the impulse without the plasma collector, like in 3.0, or is it recommended to get the plasma collector?
No, you can still use it. It's just used to collect plasma to give you fuel. You can use the old plasma generator and power it with 10 gigawatts of power, and that will generate slowly plasma over time.
All right, so both are viable methods. It's just for like convenience. All right, thank you.
All right, so we got Zora here, our little friend. Zora now has like a zooming feature where you can zoom right in and look at stuff. But if you notice, you can actually, it's X-ray vision. You can see through blocks.
Does she give you aimbot too?
So you can actually see if there's someone running through a hull or where they are in their ship.
A wall hack, really?
But, well, you can't shoot. You can't. Space Invaders doesn't have aiming where you can, like, go and just target that one spot. You have to target, like, weapons or you have
launch
to target
photon torpedoes.
That actually might be great for doing repairs, though.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, there's no way that, unless you were given a hand weapon and you were zooming in like a scope, and that hand weapon could go through titanium armor and hit a target through walls, which doesn't exist. It's not a non-issue.
Is there a multi-tool?
What's that?
Is there a multi-tool that allows you to see like the grid work, your plumbing network?
Oh no.
Darn.
That is a plug-in that you can download, and you just hold Shift or set that, and it'll show you through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that always messes with
concept.
messes with everything on my settings.
Yeah, and you can change it from using the Shift button.
It's also built into build info now.
Yeah, so that's Zora. Again, we got ship cores. These are all different computer cores that you need to install on all your grids. If you don't have these, you're capped to a certain generic amount of things that you can put on your ship. You would need one of these in order to enable different block limits. There is 2 different sizes of these blocks. I'm sure you'll have comments on one of them. This is a very large block. This one's used for battleships or battle cruisers, explorer classes, capital ships when they get released. It's a 3x3 by 2?
2.
Yeah, 3x3 by 2, I think. Block. So there it is. It's actually a computer core, so like you could put this in the middle of your ship, and then you can actually walk on it. And you can actually go through it. And there is complimentary, so for people that, you know, RP wise or just for look.
Oh yes.
You can put additions.
Oh, I love you.
So now I could put like and give it a really cool effect.
It's like you knew.
See, check this out.
Whee!
So you can make it as kind of as long as you really wanted to, but you know, a real computer core in a massive ship is, you know, quite long because it's a massive computer. So you can extend it to your heart's content there.
Can I ask some specifics about the functions of the core?
The small ones?
Let's say
baby cores?
either small, large, whatever, like in general.
Yep.
So if I don't have a core, like let's say I built my ship and I don't have a core like that, I am capped on the kind of blocks I can use on it, or is it just like I get the default PCU limit?
You're capped. You're capped to like 30k PCU, 2 phasers, 1 reactor, one tiered reactor, stuff like that.
A tier 1 ship, in other words.
Alright, so what would, like you said, the capital ship, that is, I know that's something you're planning on working on. That's the one with multiple crew members. What's the slot right underneath that, under capital?
Battle cruiser.
Okay. Battle cruiser. Do you happen to know off the top of your head the PCU limit for this? I'm stressing out because this is
80,000.
highly critical to the ships I've made.
It's 80,000 PCU.
Oh, thank God.
Which is what we have right now as a standard. And then there's a cap of, I think, 8 phasers or 10 phasers that can be on it. The number of phasers has been reduced quite a bit. So the average ship decked out, min-maxed in 3.0 had about 14 to 16 phasers/disruptors.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And so what I did was I just compressed all the stats. You have roughly 35% less weapons, but they do 35% more damage.
Could you? Oh, sorry. Please continue.
Less weapons, more damage. So that this way there's not the laser rave light show that everyone was complaining. It also will help with sim speed for clients because lasers are very hard on computers, like local computer sim speed.
I'm trying to. Is this something that you haven't released on the Steam Workshop yet? Because I'm on a single player world right now and I don't see those computer cores. Could you happen to
No,
just
none of this is
show?
released yet because the server's not out yet.
Oh, fair point. Could you happen to just show what's required to build the battle cruiser one? I need to mentally prepare myself.
It'll be on the wiki.
Thank you.
When I update the wiki.
Thank you.
Which will be anywhere in the next 3 days.
Okay, thank you.
So are the materials to make them going to be variable?
The materials to make the course?
They're the same now. I just didn't know if later that was going to change.
No, it'll be the standard. They're all the same materials to make them. It's just a means of capping ships to certain criteria. In addition to that, guys, there's a limit of how many ships you can make. So, like, capital class, when that comes out, you can only have one per faction. And your faction must have a minimum of 3 people in it. So, those are limits in place because it's a multi-crewed ship. Having a capital class with one person defeats the purpose. Also, it defeats people spidering out and just becoming their own faction so that they can all get capital ships. And then other ships are capped, so like you can only have, I think it's like 3 or 5 battle cruisers or something like that. Or battleship battle cruisers, which is the 80k PCU one. That means out in game, by the way. Not like you can only ever build 5. It means you need to put them in your hangar. So it's a means also to make sure people hangar the grids. So you don't have 16 battle cruisers hanging around and just, hurting sim speed. Realistically, you can only fly one at a time. And so that'll be all updated on the wiki with what those limits are. And I will make an announcement when the wiki's updated with stuff so people know.
Is the wiki down at the moment, Sod?
It might have been from the DDoS attacks.
It's still down then.
Okay. I'll
and if you need any help, I can help you update that as well.
Perfect. Yes,
I have a question.
To update that.
So is the alliance issues fixed? So if you have, say I wanted to be a smartass, I have 6 people, and I want to split into 2 factions so we can have 2 capital ships, double up our ship numbers. Which I'm guarantee you people will do. Here's the thing. Do you have alliance fixed so that way I can actually see my fellow factions as blue on my screen and access their vehicles as if they were in the same faction? Or is that still an issue with Space Engineers?
No. Factions will be green and friendly, but they won't be blue. But that was done with intent at the time because think of the Federation, right? Very popular. You get a lot of people playing that want to be Federation. You get 20% of those people actually want to be part of the Federation, like do stuff together. The other ones want to just play on their own, which is totally cool. But do you want everyone to be blue? And then you get some random guy jumping in your ship and taking it off because he's...
No, I mean, say we would originally be a faction of 6, but we split into 2 factions so we could double up our ship cap numbers.
Yeah, no, there's...
Is there an option to is there any options to be able to turn everybody green that's in your alliance? Like some kind of alliance?
Green, yes, because in your alliance everyone will be friendly. So you will be green.
Okay, so blue would not happen.
Blue's not going to happen because that would allow control of grids and stuff. So.
Okay, I was just curious about that.
Yeah.
All right. Let me not start seeing 12 groups of 3s all aligned together. I'm just saying.
Sark, I sent you the files that I had.
Oh, thanks, Rocking.
I will admit, I don't know if those are the modified ones or if those are the original.
We will find out. Alright guys, so another thing I want to show you. So this is actually new and pretty cool, I think. Brand new transporter system.
On the ship's limits, to avoid the splittering of the factions, you could say at maybe 7 or 8 members, maybe you would unlock another capital ship. Something along those lines. It scales up.
Otherwise, that's splintering
in a sense. Maybe.
I mean,
I can look into that. That functionality doesn't exist currently in the code of the ship core. The ship core mod is what actually does that, which I don't control. That's a new mod that's not even released yet. It will be released publicly soon. But I bring it up to the dev and see, or devs, and see if they would be willing to put something like that, because that does make sense actually, right? You don't want to splinter them, but you want them to grow. So, technically, if you're going to limit it at 3, then why not just say, hey, at 6 you get 2 capitals or something?
Could you also apply that to other faction ships, or is it just for the capitals? Because for larger factions like let's take the Romulan Empire for example. Let's say there's 12 people, which I doubt there's probably going to be definitely more for them. That would only be like 3 battle cruisers, 1 capital ship, and then everybody else gets like the smaller vessels and stuff. And I don't know, maybe because I'm tired, so I'm having trouble articulating this. It would kind of, if someone builds like a really good battle cruiser and then like it never gets destroyed, nobody has a chance to put their battle cruiser into action. So raising the limit when you get more members would allow more people to put their ship on the line. You know what I mean?
Battle cruiser. The only ship that's limited per faction is the capital class. Everything else is limited by person.
Oh, okay. So it's 3 battle crew. Okay, so I completely
I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes.
It's just the big capital ships, 1 per group. Every other ship is capped at how many you can bring out.
Everything else is by person or either by person or like a hard cap in the world or something like that. But it's not the capital ship which is not released yet and still in concept stage. So don't worry about that right now.
You just saved me a whole lot of trouble. Thank you so much for clarifying it. That helps greatly. Thank you, Sarge.
You started panicking for no reason.
Alright guys, so this is the new transporter pads. We got them back and they work, and they're completely remodeled to be look more like the Voyager style transporter pads from Star Trek Voyager. Now what's new about this is they work like the original transporter pads, where you can go select your specific area. Like I want to go transport to a planet surface, right? You can pick the planet, transport there. Transport to a bookmark, GPS coordinates within range. You can transport to other transporter pads that you own as an option. Again, if it's within range. There's a transporter jammer to jam people from using your transporter pads. But what we have new is this. So there's a Romulan, Federation, and Klingon communicator. If you have this communicator in your inventory, you can actually use a command called transport, I think. Transport. And if I write transport list, if you look at the screen, you can see all the transporters in the area that I'm allowed to transport to. So it found one transporter in the area. It is 0 kilometers away because it's right in front of me. And it's powered on and it's online. So we're good to go to transport here. You can transport to any transporter pad within range that you own or that your faction owns. So if your faction mate is on his ship and he's like, hey bud, come over here, you can hit your communicator and transport to his transporter pad. And what that looks like is, this is really cool. So like, there's my guy. When I do the command transport list, it tells me all the transporters and there's a number with it. So the number 1, if you can see that. So if I write /transport1, there you go.
Huh. That's cool.
That's actually cool.
Is it gay if I'm half staff? I mean, that was pretty fucking awesome.
Oh,
yeah, I was really happy with that. Sound effect and everything.
What's the range?
At least.
That was perfect. What is the range? Is it just to the grid, wherever it is?
No, there's a range of
like 500.
I think it's 30. I don't remember.
Is it enough? Is it enough to be out of gravity and teleport to the planet surface, or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, at least it's supposed to be in theory. So like, let's go put this in orbit. Oh, no.
Like 60 to 100 kilometers.
Is there any way to increase the range?
No, it's already at its max. There's also a hard limit with space engineers as well, because it has to be loaded in the game. So like if you're out of the issue we have right now, which is sync distance, if it's not loaded, you can't see it to transport to it. So there's limits.
What about pattern enhancers, like deployable from your backpack?
It's not that, it's whether the scene is loaded by a person or not.
You can do this by
if there's nobody in
sites.
range, it's not rendered.
Yeah. What I'm saying is you can do this.
Same problem the Stargates had.
You can do this by retrans sites. By placing grids at its maximum distance, you can put stationary grids here. Teleport. Just put 2 teleporter pads on each grid. Kind of like Diablo 2 and the Arcane Sanctuary teleporters.
Yeah. Very cool. Oh,
so
buddy, I know my space engine.
You know that these are supposed to be transporter enhancers. They're the opposite. They're transport disruptors. So these are actually the jammers. You click on it, and then you can raise your jam. So
you can't teleport. You can't transport with that on.
Right.
Does it disable the block when the player clicks on it? Can you show us a representation of this? Like, cannot teleport, it's actively jammed or something? Like red on the screen?
Let's see. I think it should say something on the screen. It actually gives a different sound effect too. Oops.
Indeed.
It's probably because it's done by you.
Maybe, yeah.
You don't have the configs set up, or
Those jammers don't need power, or?
I was just wondering about that
There's a
myself.
reactor on there.
Yeah.
As long as they're powered by the grid, it's powered.
Transport list. Does that show? Is that a command everybody can use?
Yeah, that's lists all the ones in your area, so you know where to transport to, and then you just pick.
Okay. What about enemies?
All the ones that you can transport to that are friendly or owned by you or your faction.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't do the comm badge to an enemy ship. You can only you can do a transporter to a enemy transporter, but not a comm.
You just pop up in their ship. You're like, "Boo, motherfucker!" in local chat. And they're like, "Go."
Yeah, unless they got an
inhibitor. You just double tap again, and you're like, run away.
Is that the issue you're having right now? Do you need like another transporter pad and one of them be set to somebody else's faction, and that would jam you from going there?
Yeah, I think that's the issue I'm having right now.
So the transporters are limited by ownership and rep with your other friends, and not the share with drop-downs. Is that correct? So share with all would not open it up.
The share with is so the comm badge. I have to double check. I don't remember.
Yeah, I was going to say I didn't even think about that.
I have a little.
If it's.
I have a suggestion on. You could add inventory to the transporter, and so we could use cargo transport, maybe.
Oh, dude, that's a good idea.
Eventually, that was an idea, but there's no time right now for it.
Yeah, but would be totally awesome.
It would be awesome, though, if we could actually transport our enemies in between decks of ships, though, but I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Can we get Changeling's planet with just a big ocean?
Well, you can transport them to space, kind of.
Dude, if you could, like, somehow mod the game so you could remove the helmet from your opponent and then drop them out in airlock, that would be fucking cool. And then you just watch them on your view screen.
Site transporters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Teleport them into a suborbital jail next to the black hole.
Moving at speed.
Oh my god!
Transporter in an archway, and then when they run through your ship and they go through that archway, it instantly transports them to a jail cell or outside your ship.
Buddy, that has to happen. Klingons, you heard that shit.
But yeah. So again, I don't know why it's not working. It's probably not because configs files are set up, but I'll have to get that set up obviously before we go to launch.
We'll take your word for it.
If you do experience any issues, I know for sure the jammer works, and I know for sure that you can only transport to friendly using comm badges, and natively you can only transport to another transporter pad as long as you can transport to any transporter pad in range unless they have a jammer active. So just make sure your jammers are always on.
I will make sure that through my testing and all my smart assery and shenanigans, I'm going to report any kind of exploitative use of any of these new blocks that you have, so that way we can be refining in updates in the future.
If you don't report it, I can't fix it, so definitely...
Yeah, whoever gets the custom decorative block, if they don't make a giant jar of jam, I'm going to be upset.
So, coming from a member of SARG staff, any bugs that you guys find, report them so that he can fix them. And also, if there is any issues, open a ticket so that we can try and help everyone out as quickly as possible.
Absolutely.
Yep. And again, when we do find bugs, we do look at the logs to see who exploited them prior. So don't exploit, then report. Because then, yeah, it's just...
I was going to say that if you do find an exploit, it's because the exploit had occurred. So you should at least give us a one-off. But if we blow up somebody's ass and do some major damage,
but you don't do it like, oh, I think this is duplicating continuum tech. Let me test it out for SARG 1,050 times.
Hey, can you guys tell everybody? Hey,
eject all. Yeah, eject your 10 million fucking elite tech into space just for a moment because that cargo scan's coming, bro.
Yeah. Just also remember, if you do end up duplicating anything, we'll find them out in the logs.
Yeah, I just prefer you don't test it because it just wastes my time. I can't do development. I can't fix stuff if I'm policing everyone trying to exploit stuff. So
No. I wasn't saying that actively. What I'm saying is in the event it does happen, like you just accidentally did it, or you had an idea and tested it out. I mean,
yeah, but then you just tell that when you report it. Hey, I
absolutely.
just did this. I saw that this happened. You should go fix it. This is how you replicate it. Perfect.
Now, if I see somebody walk through my shields in my hall and he's just strolling around spinning a drill over his finger, I'm gonna have questions for that guy.
Another thing, if you've got any form of clips to go with it, makes it easier for Sargon to be able to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So there's been enhancements to some things. The nanovirus has been adjusted a bit. I had to scale back some of the enhancements because actually it was breaking the whole server. But it should be running more efficiently now. The dematerializer, there was a bug, a dupe bug actually in it that was found by...
Balza, yes. Balza
found it, the dupe bug. So that has now also been corrected. I'm drawing a blank. There's so much new stuff.
Are you able to do subgrid weapons for like the bird of prey? You know, the wing disruptors were on gimbals. Star Trek V, Voyage Home. Pew pew pew. God dies on the mountain.
Yeah, I do want to add, once things settle down, I do want to start creating additional weapons, some new stuff, because we're still using the stuff from 2 and 3.0. Like I've added one, the Spinal Lance. Oh, that's right. I gotta add that to the list. The Spinal Lance. So, for people that like big guns.
Baby. King's Sword Mark II.
Spinal Lance. It is basically not implemented yet, but what it does is works like the deflector dish, but it does the opposite. So this will cut a hole right through someone's ship like butter when it does fire. Super
Is
long.
Is it like special beam cannon? It takes like 5 minutes to charge free. Fucking put a hole through Goku.
Yes.
And I'm assuming it's weak against shields.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it does like nothing to shields, but it will cut through hull. So it's the opposite of a deflector.
Just like butter.
Just like my dear.
Question in the text chat, by the way. Tractor beams?
Fuel critical.
Yeah, something I've been looking into. There is no mods out there for tractor beams that actually work. Weapon Core has a function that can work as a tractor beam, but it doesn't work well with physics. Like you can grab a ship and then sling it back and forth like a yo-yo and like toss it away. Like it's
Oh, so you can't grapple. Is there any grappling hook mods that you can modify to get rid of the grappling hook animation or whatever and convert it to some kind of glowing beam?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably, right? There's a
That,
lot you
that's all
can
I could think of
do in
as an alternative.
development.
Yeah.
There's a lot you can do in your development, but something I would like to do, because tractor beams are like, iconic in Star Trek, but not they're not there yet. Like, I haven't even looked into it.
Just use grab gems and
I
collectors.
may actually have one here for you.
Wait, what? Seriously?
Tractor beam.
I love you.
Start putting it in the text
If
chat
it's
from there.
new guards,
Yeah, don't tell me that doesn't work. Fuck.
doesn't work.
But
Yeah.
I'll carry on looking for you.
It hasn't worked.
I am
for
now
a very
sad
long
again.
time. Yeah. So we got our ablative armor, obviously. Is anyone here not seen the ablative armor?
I have not seen it in your game.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in this.
It's actually really cool. I tried it on the holodeck server. It's actually really cool.
So here's a ship.
Takes pretty hot in your picture, Power.
Thank you.
Oh, whoops. It was inspector tater mode.
Sure, it'll be fine.
I'm a clean on.
Fuel
Shields up.
Oh, that's another thing. So if you heard that
Zora?
thing saying shields up, there's no audio cues. So when your shields hit like 25%, 50%, 75%, go up, go down, there's an audio clip that tells you. So if you're in
Really?
battle and you're fighting, and all of a sudden you'll be like, shields 50%. So like by audio that your shields are at 50%. And then
Warp
when they
9,
go
get us
back
out
up
of
to
here.
75. What's that?
I said, Warp 9, get us out of here.
Warp 10, turn me into a slug.
Transwarp drive. Oh my.
So here's our ablative armor block. This has to go on the outside of your ship. It needs a certain amount of clearance or line of sight. What essentially you want to do here is grab cockpit.
Oh shit. Half blocks, bub. There you go.
So we got, actually, let me
You want to turn the sun?
Let me change the color white so you can see it better.
Thank you.
So there's our ship.
Pretty.
And if we turn on our ablative armor.
Oh my fucking god. That is so fucking cool. Is that only on the outside facing?
So your
Oh
whole ship
man.
gets reskinned with a custom skin. I know there's still some artifacts because it's not doing certain blocks that
It's
that will
okay.
be fixed eventually, but
It
it
did
gets
a thing.
reskinned with a custom skin of like armor flakes.
Bro.
And
Question. When did STC turn into EVE Online Skinner?
Girl, I am at half mast. Please don't ruin this for me.
So once
I'm nearly at full.
Once you turn on the ablative armor, guys, it's not active instantly. That animation has to finish.
Oh,
the reason
cool.
for that is the bigger ship you have, the longer it takes to initiate that sequence, right? The smaller ship you have, it'll be almost instant.
It's almost like a build and repair script that's just changing the color of the blocks.
I assume there's a massive power usage.
Actually, it's an incredibly complicated mod.
Really? Seriously?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Everything is reskinned. What happens when the server resets? What happens if the block gets destroyed? What happens if, everything has been reskinned? You need to get it back the way it was, right?
Yeah, exactly. So oh my goodness. Wow.
This is a very, very complicated mod. So if
Thank
we go
you to
back
whoever
to our
did
blade
that.
of armor, here you can see that you got
Oh, nice.
extra health. So it goes up to 1 gigawatt. It's giving you 150,000 extra health. If I jack that up to like 4 gigawatts, then it goes up from there. I don't have enough power right now, I think. Why is that working?
So does this mean that that feature, is there like a cooldown timer for that in order to be used again?
Yes, number one, when you initiate it takes 30 seconds before you can turn it off or turn it back on again. So like right now it shows active. If you look at my hotbar, if I hit that button again, it deactivated it, and it's going to take 30 seconds for me to actually activate it again. If I hit the button, nothing happens.
Is it using?
But when it has an HP pool that has to recharge. So if you don't have energy, it's not going to charge. So it's a trickling charge. So it takes time to actually recharge.
Restore your HP. Nice.
So is it like the shield mod though, that it takes a great deal of power to build up the HP and then a small amount of power to maintain it, or does it use the full amount of power for as long as it's on?
No, it uses a fraction of the power. It still takes power, but it's a fraction of the power once it's on to maintain it.
So your slider's showing 600,000. So where it's currently set at 4 gigawatts, what you should be putting into it. That's the potential HP you can have. Your armor health is based off of how much actual power you have.
Yes.
And how much actual armor you have.
Will the ablative armor actually
put in, the more power, the more HP you get.
Question then, can you put multiple of those blocks on?
No.
Do you have a decorative version of it?
No.
What?
Will the
multiple blocks to build it up quicker would go,
Can it save you from a shot from the spinal lance?
Ooh.
That was actually my next question. Get one out. Let's do it right here on the stream. Let's blow a hole through this bitch.
It's not ready for launch yet.
Oh,
just throw it at it.
Yeah, it's an endgame weapon that's only available with Elite Tech anyway, so no one's going to be there in the first week.
Okay. Because I assume having both the shields and that on at the same time will be kind of a counterproductive thing.
No, actually, they're meant to be used together. So this is a design challenge in STC4. You want to be able to balance your weapons, the power, all your weapons in your ship, with the power that you can produce, with an ablative armor and with shields. Because remember, what does everyone hate? Bleed damage. If you have a shield and a blade of armor, you get no bleed damage because your shield will bleed into the ablative. The ablative will soak up the bleed.
Yeah. I got
it. So this
to
is
hell with the
a
Crimson Tide.
different way to think of this stuff, guys. Right? Yeah. And again, that was a complete pain in the ass because I actually had to build it, make it compatible, like APIs, coding. It's a huge mod. This took a lot of time.
I feel like my Patreon wallet's going to get a lot lighter.
God help if that ever breaks.
Yeah.
Well, I built it, so if it breaks, should be able to fix it.
God help it if you made this public. Seriously. Like, don't make don't make a lot of this. Yeah, please don't.
Steal it, but it's
not
going to be published.
And they will steal it.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, with a click of a button, they're going to steal it. I have seen it myself.
It's very easy when you publish on Steam to just.
It's easy to get the world data too. Yeah.
However, it is very complicated.
Easy. So I love it. I really hope it can take a fucking king sword.
Oh, you got a little icon at the bottom right too. I didn't notice.
What's that? A blade of armor charging. What?
Yeah, so there's new GUI. So
that's
charging
nice.
On your screen, you can see what's going on with that while it's charging.
That's so nice.
So if you look at the charge, actually, you can look at that now since now it's actually charging. You can see
awesome! That's blog info.
What's that?
Awesome. That is the block info. That means we can grab that information you see where your mouse is hovering over for LCDs.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Data.
Then there's also this block, which is something that you're going to want to put on your ships, which is a blade of armor regen module. The regen module will increase the speed that your health regenerates. So 2 times, 4 times, 6 times, and 8 times for a continuing version.
It's like you're turning this into an RPG. Kind of like this.
It's like Breath of the Wild Star Trek edition.
It's nothing. I wanted lots of features. I want it to be different. I want it to be immersive, and I want design challenges. Right, half the fun of space engineers is you're building spaceships, right? Space level.
True.
So if everyone knows, oh, I build a ship, I put 6 phasers, and I put 4 warp cores, and I maxed out all my block limits. Okay, I'm good to go.
And I have no hull.
Yeah,
it's
like,
just a brick. There's
What's
no
your
meta
hull
like
look
that.
like?
Question.
How did you manage those powers? Did you just because you're allowed 10 phasers on a battle cruiser, maybe you should have put 8. So this way you could put more power into ablative. Maybe that's more survivability, right? So these are different design challenges that I'm trying to introduce, so that there's no cookie cutter way of doing it.
I bet I can make a meta fucking ship, though. I know I can make a meta ship.
Solid
Like,
glass
it's so
ship
cheap
that you can
and
see
such
through
bullshit.
with a blade of armor.
Hey,
The
Sarge,
challenge has
does
been
the power
accepted.
does the power draw from a blade of armor affect your shield hit points at all?
No, it doesn't, but it does affect charging. If you're charging your ablative and you're charging your shields and you're firing phasers, you're going to brown out and you're not going to be able to do anything well. So you have.
You are going to emit the brown noise, dude.
You're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, that's going to be funny as shit. So you have to manage your subsystems.
You're gonna go into the battle swinging, firing all weapons, and then once everything discharges, you're gonna be like, "How come my phasers aren't firing? And why isn't this working?" And it's not a bug. It's because you're drawing.
You just
too much
took a
power.
shit. Yeah, that's what happens when you die. You shit yourself, and that's
You're gonna fight. You're gonna
yeah.
fight it once and then go limp.
Yeah.
So
Hey, we call you Minuteman.
How many of those regenerators are we gonna be allowed per ship?
1 ablative armor generator per ship. You only need 1.
It'll do.
And it is a huge resource hog on the server. And
Only when you're using it, right? Like when it's transitioning or when it's active.
No, just the transition is a huge
Okay,
drain.
yeah, it is.
Because you gotta think, if you have 60,000 blocks, it is saving the skin configuration of 60,000 blocks, and it's transferring it to the server somewhere so it could be saved and restorable upon something happening, right?
Dude, how destructive are the weapons if you're building 60,000 block ships, bud?
Very.
So how thick do these hulls? So you have to have like 5-layer hulls or some crap?
Okay. Design
Minimum
challenge.
of 3.
Oh, okay. All right. Damn.
Is
My Excelsior's gonna be
6 layer. No.
Is the skin change a requisite to provide the protection, or is that just a nice visual?
It's a requisite. So when the skin fully changes is actually when it's activated.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. What I mean is, like, if it becomes too much of an issue for server resources, could the skin transition be removed, but the protection that the block provides still be,
yes,
provided? Okay.
Yeah.
If like everybody's blade of armor is crash in the battles, the transition can be removed, and then we could still use it.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So if you do initiate it and you're halfway
I love
through,
that sound.
you're like, shit, I hit the wrong button. If you hit the button again, it undoes it, so it's off.
That sounded good.
That sound is fucking awesome.
That's a failsafe right there, dude.
Yeah. Also, like, trust me, there's a lot of work. I can't. There's a lot of work going into this. There's so many scenarios you have to test for. What if you're in a battle and you have a blade of armor on, and your blade of armor reaches 0? It has to, in battle, reskin your entire ship back to the original skin, because now you're at 0 HP and your blade of armor is off. What if your blade of armor is on and you got hit so hard by like a spinal lance that it just cut right through the armor block and it instantly killed it, like one shot? Then that armor block stores all the information for all the blocks, like all the skinning. So
Oh my
what
God.
happens there? Well, then it has to quickly revert back and stuff like it. So many different angles I had to
Oh my
figure
God,
out to
man.
get
You
this.
are a saint.
Oh no.
But it's
You
just
really
really
love
cool.
this game,
So I
bud.
wanted to do it. Right? Like, this is the kind of cool stuff that, yes, it's a pain in the ass and probably normal people wouldn't bother, but like, it's just so, like, it's just really cool. Especially with the skinning.
And that's a sound that you are either in for it or you're completely screwed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, are we going to be re-implementing being able to ram now that we have the ablative?
No ramming.
Yeah.
No ramming, because ramming will always just become a meta of some sort, so it just ruins it for everyone.
Okay.
What is the current anti-ramming? Is it bounce or what? What it just doesn't do anything?
It doesn't do anything. You go head first into someone, it does, I think, like 0.0001% of damage. Like, it does.
Sad for Klingons.
So there's basically no voxel damage or anything like that. So we shouldn't have merging together.
Well, you may have merging, because it's not 0 damage, it's super low damage, plus Space Engineers' engine is not the greatest, so if you hit something fast enough, you may merge into another grid and block and, like, crash a server or something, but, like, it's not going to.
So the
damage your
meta is having the larger ship merging, and then you control both ships.
No, because then you'll end up probably crashing the server, and then if you're
and then you get ejected because you initiated the crash.
But again, all detectable. There is damage, so that means damage is logged, and then I can see that your ship had deformation damage with another ship in the logs, and then I can see that every time this happens, it's always you, and then I can deal with that situation.
Wait, hold on a sec. Hold on a second.
Player damage? Is it only player on player damage with the ships, or is it player on NPC also?
I believe it's all ships. It doesn't discriminate.
So there's no ramming damage on NPCs either?
I don't think so. I honestly don't remember. That was set up quite a while ago. I haven't tested or played with it.
I'm just going to say, okay, that ain't fair, because when all your weapons are destroyed and you're staring Khan down the throat, what do? You ran that son of a bitch, because he's going to terrorize everybody else.
Save whatever tech you have left on your ship.
Yeah, no, you shoot that out the aft torpedo tube. You pop out in a shuttle when you set the self-destruct and tell him the ship's yours, and then you blow him up like a fucking terrorist.
Well, it's set up however 3.0 was set up. I haven't changed it. I just verified that it worked. So if anyone remembers from 3.0, if you can ram NPCs successfully and damage them,
I'm pretty sure grid on grid damage is negated.
Yeah, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was too, but
was there a lot of ramming back in the day?
Yes.
I believe.
If I remember correctly, if there was any visual damage, you just do an entity reset and it fixes it all.
Yeah, no, the ramming got
There's still going to be ramming, especially because there's no damage. You hear somebody powering up their deflector beam, you just smack them and it knocks them off.
But yeah, the meta got so bad in 2.0, like it was bogging down the server
It's
and
just because the
taking it down
weapons were
to
so poor. Ramming was the only
Yeah.
effective way of doing anything.
Yeah, but it
Yeah, but
dropped
even
the
when I
server
brought them
down to
up
like
to
1
par,
point,
people
like
would
1
still ram
frame.
because ramming. A giant
Okay.
ship pulling into another ship.
The largest of
causes-
torpedoes.
I built a giant pyramid I called the Judas Cradle, and I flew it around and bitch bashed the server, and I rammed newbies because I thought their big ships were better than mine.
Of course, that
Let's
was
get back
good.
on. Let's get back on topic here, guys. Otherwise,
Yeah, we've been going
we're
for
gonna
about 2 hours and some
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
It is like 4 o'clock in the morning for me.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, let's try to wrap this up. What am I missing? We talked about cores, blocks. Oh, yeah, the big one. We're only forgetting the main event. So one of the things that we have is missions. Let's look at how that works. So go at my ship. All right, so if I wanted to do a mission, right? Technically, oh shit, I didn't set it up on the server yet. Well, there will be a command like /mission. Okay, that will open up a window. Let me see if I can do this. No.
Try, was it, I think it's actually like STC mission, wasn't it?
No, I'm trying to open a window,
Oh.
like a browser window in game. Rules Discord.
Exclamation mark.
Command is.
Isn't that exclamation mark?
We mean like a block limits
no,
window?
No, those are commands in game. I want to. You know how in Space Engineers you can
Try vote.
open a window in Steam.
Oh, in Steam.
Shift and tab.
Shift.
Yep, that one.
So there will be a / command that will instantly take you to the website into the right
to
area, so it's easier.
The globe.
Over there. No, that's game servers. Where?
Oh, web
browser.
browser.
Web browser.
Welcome to Steam's Internet Explorer experience.
Yeah.
All
Only the
back to
finest.
1995.
Sark's just happy it doesn't show his web browsing history on this one.
Well,
Ooh.
he needs to pay his ISP so it moves a little faster.
It's let me maybe it went down from the DDoS. Let me reset.
There's nothing wrong with his ISP.
That's not what she said.
He's just got.
I don't know. It
blocked
sounds
on
like
his
whoever
wall.
installed it did a shitty job.
Working as intended.
Jesus, I can't even troll just a little bit without you guys ripping my throats out.
Yeah, he just got blocked from watching too much
And
Pornhub.
I
This
work
should
for
be
an
working
ISP.
now, or at least
Do you?
I got it up.
Yeah.
Can't get me better speed up.
Oh, I got 2 gigs in my house. I don't know about you.
I've got 1.
Including on space, we have 2 gigs as well.
Hey, sorry.
Negative.
You should throw an S at it. HTTPS.
That's. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
There it is.
Yay.
So you
Teamwork
can
extreme.
access that through the game, like a window will open. You can see the website. So you should be able to scroll down and go. Well, actually, first you need to log in. So you log in with your Steam. It verifies who you are. You go down to missions. It's hard to see though. Its name Discord layered on here.
There you go.
I just went past it.
Mission bounty system.
There you go. So you click on missions, and then available missions, and it'll list you the missions that you can choose.
Okay, now this is cool as shit. using the Steam interface to interface with the game.
So
That's
if
impressive.
we wanted to say, let's pick an easy one here. So like this one here, emergency medical transport. Go pick up medical supplies and deliver to the colony in need. You have 2 objectives. Pick up 50 medical supplies, drop off 50 medical supplies. You get 10 reputation and some money. So if I click on that, it sends the request to the server, and in-game, boom. Priority 1 Starfleet Command, emergency medical supplies are needed from Colony Vega 9. Time is of the essence. And then GPS markers are automatically put, and there it is. 1,400 kilometers away, I need to go pick up medical supplies. So you would essentially go warp to that location, and we'll just fast track with super admin powers.
Oh, cheats.
All right. Once you get within range, also works cross server. So if the GPS marker is in a different server, it still works.
Shields down, shields up.
Oh wow.
There you go. So I'm at the GPS marker. Countdown has started. You can see 15 seconds, 5 seconds, and then boom. So automatically you can see there's a lore response. System administrator, the medical supplies are ready. In cargo bay 3, be careful. We've had reports of pirates. And if you look at my GPS, it's deleted the old GPS and it added the new GPS, which is deliver components. So 1,700 kilometers away, I would have to go deliver these components to the delivery point. And so we're going to fast track there.
So pirates, for that deep in the Federation, though, would that be a problem for the Maquis or something like that?
It's probably is the Maquis.
So if I go look at my inventory, you can see that the medical it has spawned in my inventory. So there's the required item to finish the mission. And there you go. So we started the countdown because I'm at the right area. Oh, there you go. Streaming. And
you son of a bitch.
Yeah, someone will be honest. There you go. Mission complete. Emergency medical transport. You for the category transport.
Nice.
The Vega Center said outstanding work. Swift actions saved countless lives. The colony sends its gratitude. Mission rewards 100,000 and 10 reputation. So you completed your mission, and I think the dude is still on his way. So
I'm sorry. Would we players be able to create our own missions as players, or not yet?
Yeah, what's with the bounty system?
Players won't be able to create their own missions. Alliance leaders in the future will be able to create standing orders. So you could create almost like a mission for your alliance. Say you needed, I don't know, 500,000 neutronium ore. We're short in our supplies. You could create a mission for your alliance and then assign it to an alliance or faction member, and then they would have that mission and they would have to go out and complete it. And then once they did complete it, they would be rewarded reputation for your alliance, which would help your alliance them rank up in your alliance. So they would start off as like ensign, they finish 100 standing orders or whatever, and then they would rank up to whatever. So that's
what if you don't have enough room in the cargo bay?
It gives an error message. Or
if you don't have enough room in your cargo bay to get the medical, like
Multiple
for this
trips?
mission, they drop medical supplies in your inventory. If you didn't have enough space, it would tell you don't have enough space in your inventory. Come back. But what if you completed the mission and now the reward was like 5,000 photon torpedoes, and then you're like, you don't have enough inventory space? it will say you don't have enough inventory space, and it will actually hold it for you and put it in a holding state. And then later, when you know you have enough inventory, you can run a command to pull it back,
Yeah, I
so
think it's the
you don't lose it.
accept command on mission.
What happens if you die or lose the medical supplies or something like that happens? Does it delete the mission? Does it give you a new point to get medical supplies, or can you
Assemblers.
abandon that mission?
No, if you lost your
what
medical
happens?
supplies, you'd have to abandon the mission and then retake the mission
Yeah,
and
you
start
can
again.
abandon it back at the website. You can abandon the mission there.
Yeah,
Is
so
there
if
a
I go to
negative
shift
penalty
tab, right?
for that?
Yeah, and
Once you accept your mission,
yeah.
if I go to my active missions, you can see here the progress in your active missions, so you know how far along you are. As you progress, this progress percentage will go up. Also, these objectives will get check marks on them, so it keeps track of everything. Even if you're on an ore mission, and you're maybe, it's like get 5 billion ore, and you did a run for an hour and you only got 250,000 ore. Now you went to bed. You wake up the next day, you're like, oh shit, how much ore did I need again? You just come back here, look at your missions, it'll tell you, oh, you need 750,000 ore left in your mission.
Literally, you shake a slate.
Is there a way to skip the pickup part?
No.
No.
You need to pick it up in order to drop it off.
This is too
It
cool.
also works better to people not cheese the system, where, well, I can skip all that and I'm just going to build 50 medical components and go straight to the delivery point.
That's what I was thinking of doing. Literally, I was just thinking about that. I was like, build an assembler. Just
Hey, sorry.
If you click on it, you can actually see more details of what you get, rewards and all that. If you had items, you would see them there as well.
What be
You
interesting
have
would
the
be
ability to see. So if you accept a mission and you're not online, it'll be in a pending state, which will show up under pending missions. Once you log in, it knows you logged in, and then it'll feed you the mission and give you the GPS markers. Your
say what would
mission
interesting
reputation. As you complete all your missions, you get reputation in each of these areas depending on the mission that you finish. As you get more reputation, not built yet, but as you get more reputation, it'll open up each higher tier missions. Higher tier missions means like mining. You need more ore to finish it. Maybe it's a mining mission that also then you got to kill something and then you got to go deliver something, right? That we can mix it up, but it'll be basically harder missions. And those will only be available once you have a certain amount of reputation in your inventory, like in your character. So you want to level up the rep by doing missions. Your history, as you complete each mission, this looks so much better on like a real thing, but maybe I'll just actually swap out just to show you, because it looks like garbage.
I assume you have to accept the missions through the Steam browser?
I'm switching to my mobile anyway so I can get ready for bed.
You don't, but you have to sign it up. You have to link it. It has you log in through your Steam account on the website.
You can hold control and scroll with your mouse to make it scale smaller.
Oh, in the Steam browser?
I believe so. All that.
There we go. Okay, I was talking to Bell because in my history, because that's my ISP. But anyways, so here's the website, guys. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Sure can.
All right, so we're gonna jump back to the mission board. Here's our mission, much nicer and a bigger screen. If you click on it, you can see the further details of what's what. Your history here's a history of everything I completed or I abandoned, all the different missions. If I click in it, you can actually see the history too. So people that like the lore, so you can see here when I've completed this, initially a message came from Starfleet Command, then this happened, and then this happened, and it basically logs everything that happened. And then, yeah, so basically you can kind of read back, or maybe halfway through a long mission, you forgot what they said to do, and then you can go back to the history of what was said, and then give you clues on where to go. But yeah, so that's there. Your pending items. So one of the questions asked was, how if I don't have enough inventory space, for my reward, you would actually see it here under pending items. So it would be in a pending state, and then you run a command in game, and it'll be dropped into your inventory when you're ready. Yeah, and then your available missions and all that. So yeah, lot of cool future potential here for different missions and combinations and stuff like that. So stay tuned for more cool stuff for that.
What's that bounty board? Yeah.
Yeah, so bounty board is the new bounty system. You're able to put bounty contracts on people. So if I put a contract out, I can write a name like kill Dema now. Then I can go target player and I can write Dema, and well, Dema hasn't logged in to the server, so he's not here. I don't know why Verox is. Verox maybe tried to connect, so he's in the database already. But okay, let's use Verox anyways for an example. Oh, Hex is in there. Let's use Hex.
Oh, cool.
All right, kill Hex. Then I can say how much PCU. So you got to kill Hex, and I want you to go kill I don't know, 1 million. 1 million PCU of Hex you've got to kill. And what do you get? You get $100,000 and 5% transaction fee. I can write some stuff here as a description. Public. There you go. If I post this contract, it's going to cost me personally $105,000. Let's post it. So posted successfully. It's currently pending payment. That's because it has to go to the server. It has to see that I'm online, and then it has to deduct the money from my bank account. So let's go see what's going on.
Who's getting the service fee?
The government.
What government? There are multiple.
Q continuum.
Oh, jeez.
So once this processes anyways, it'll show as active, and then it will say, you'll see here. So this is available now for everyone to see that there's a contract out to kill Hex. It's worth 100,000. Multiple people can accept the contract. So there can be like 10, whatever, 20 people accept the contract. Everyone trying to kill Hex. The first person to kill the 1 million PCU, they're the ones that get the reward. If you click on the little eyeball here, once this is active and people are actually doing it, if there's multiple hunters hunting Hex, you can see all the hunters and all of their PCU amounts that they've done so far. So keep track
I'm in
of it.
danger.
You can see the leaderboard. You can see like, oh, this guy's in the lead for the Hex killing contract and all that kind of stuff. If they need to pick up their game.
Be funny if there's enough people to actually the more PCU requirement than he would actually have. Nobody can finish the contract because he doesn't have any PCU left.
Yeah, well, if you Stone Aged him and he has not one PCU left, then yes, that would happen because it would be enough.
Eventually.
Oh, there you go. So see, status is now active. So
You'd have
this
to
one
wait
is
for me to build
active.
up again and just kill me some
Hey,
more.
Sarkonis, I am pledging $100 a month to this endeavor for 6 months at least.
Thank you very much.
Thank
No
you, dude.
problem.
What's that?
Even I said thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. That definitely would help tremendously with all the future endeavors that we want to do here.
Yeah, I know. And Canada is not lowering their taxes anytime soon, and all their bullshit that
Yeah,
feeds you
taxes in
to
Canada
death.
is retarded.
I
It's
know it's so bad, bud.
worse than
But
California.
if you can keep that sim speed up really, really high with 30,000 block ships doing all kinds of who knows what the fuck. Everybody turns on a blade of armor at once, takes 10 minutes. So, I think anybody who really, really believes in this and can do it should throw it that way. I'm definitely going to talk to a few other buddies too, because I want to see this grow. You guys, this is a labor of love, and everybody here should appreciate everything that you're doing here, because you're making me, who has a disdain for a lot of the rest of the space engineers community, uh, making me want to play it again. You can ask X. I've been kind of stubborn about it.
Question about
That's
the
what we're trying to do,
missions.
man. We're trying to revolutionize and bring new elements of gameplay that people are not used to, and and it's all functional, and it'll only get smoother if it's not already smooth, once it actually gets used on a larger scale. But yeah, this is cool. Like, you can put bounty contracts on people, get people to go kill other people, or maybe you want to put a big bounty contract out, right? Like, maybe you and 10 friends, let's all put 50 million credits together, and now it's a half a billion, and put it on someone's head because we really don't want we want them to kill that guy. Um, or whatever. So, like, there's different ways you guys can kind of go about it, or put in, you know, uh, multiple contracts of a certain amount,
Hey,
which
Sarg,
doesn't really make sense
refresh
though.
the screen real quick. So I went in and I accepted it. So
Perfect. See?
it will show it, and
So,
then it will reflect how much PCU I've destroyed.
yep. So you can see now Agent Trey accepted my contract. He has 0 PCU that he's killed so far. And if I clicked on the I, you can see here there's 0% has been done so far. And here's the dynamic info. So Agent Trey, no progress yet, but there could be 30 people listed here, all with different progress levels trying to do it.
2 questions. Does it show to Trey who issued the contract?
Yeah,
And
it
who
does.
else is okay? So you can't. Okay,
You
and
can't
does it
mask
show? Does it show? Does it show Trey the other people and their progress?
I don't see that. Not, at least not on my screen. So I see on mine that I have accepted it because it shows the active targets, and it has like a contract number, and I can.
Do you have an eyeball?
Yeah, let me look at the eyeball. Let me see. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, the eyeball should
Oh,
tell you.
you know what? It probably does, because yeah, I see hunter information as well, contract
Yeah.
information. So yeah, maybe it
Yeah.
will.
Everyone should be able to see public progress of all the contracts. It's a global
Question: can you put contracts on yourself if potentially you wanted to encourage?
Nope. You can't accept contracts you make, and you can't put contracts on yourself.
Can you put contracts on your own faction?
Yes, you can.
This is the Beavis
This
and
is going
Butthead
to be
chocolate
fun.
problem. This is the Beavis and Butthead chocolate problem. Okay.
But like, the point of, even if you put a contract on your, say I put a contract on, I'm with Agent Trey, and I put a contract on Agent Trey, and I said 1 million to go kill Agent Trey, right? And then someone in our faction accepts it, and they can't kill Agent Trey because they're friendly, right? So there's no point of them accepting it, and there's no limit to accept. So it's not like you can accept a contract so that someone else can't accept it, because everyone can accept contracts. So
And that would
if
be
I put a
inside.
contract on Agent Trey, then there's really no point for anyone, like your own faction can't kill you, essentially, right? So yeah, there's the different ways that I had to think about this for like the purposes of exploitation, because everyone tries to exploit everything. And there's like if I put it to you this way, like what's to stop you if I put a contract out on Hex, and then one of Hex's friends is like, don't worry, man, I got you. I'm not going to let someone, take out that contract on you, and they accept the contract to try to like end the contract so that no one legitimately can kind of finish the contract. They still have to complete the contract. So the contract is based on PCU. You have to kill 10 million PCU. Whether I do it, Trey does it, Hex's friend does it and kills himself. Maybe Hex's faction mate drops faction just so that they can go kill Hex, right? They still have to kill Hex. They still have to kill the 10 million PCUs. And the kill is not grinding, it's shooting. It's done by weapon damage. That's how it counts it. So you have to physically kill that PCU, which means Hex is out that money or those materials or the whatever. So it limits people that go to excessive routes to be exploity, if you know what I mean. At the end of the day, the block needs to be destroyed for it to be counted by a weapon. So whether I do it or someone else does it,
uncheesable.
Done. Yeah.
He has thought of every way. Yeah, every way I have thought to try to cheese something, he has got that shit covered.
You have to, especially in Space Engineers.
Oh God, yes.
The second
Question about missions.
People are like, "How can I get around it?"
Are any of the missions?
I've already got
not
4 cheeses.
And this is cool too. Top hunters. So as people start doing bounty contracts, it will list the top 5 or 10 hunters here, and it'll constantly be updated so you can see how much. Say I'm a big bounty hunter and I take all kinds of bounties and kill people. I may be on the top, and you'll see Alex has accepted 56 contracts in his lifetime, and he has killed 10 billion PCU from players. So basically, one, people may take that as a pride thing, like I'm the bounty hunter, I'm gonna kick your ass. Be scared of me, and other people will be like, hey, don't talk to that guy. He's gonna kill you.
So, question for you on this. So, let's say my faction goes out to do bounty hunting, and there's 3 grids that we're hunting with. Is it each player gets credit for each block PCU value that they kill, or is it the final kill on the ship?
No, each player you have to kill the actual block. So if 3 guys are killing one guy, and that guy was worth, I don't know, 50k PCU, but you and your friend did 50% of the damage each, you only got 25k PCU damage under your name, and your friend also got 25.
And on the top hunters, does that show 25 and 25 each, or does the top hunters only count for completed contracts?
Completed contracts.
Okay.
Yeah.
That almost encourages solo bounty hunters in a way.
Only if you're a bitch, you just got to be a better hunter than your friend.
Or it keeps track of your PCU. Go check the leaderboard and look at your file, look at your name, and be like, hey man, I got, this contract goes to me this time because we go kill stuff together. So one guy eases up on the fire, the other guy gets more PCU under his belt, and then the other guy can resume.
One guard, one fight.
But yeah, so that's the contract system. Another really cool way to play the game, end game cycle or end game loop, for people that get bored at the end and want to do other things. This is another facet for them. Oh, another thing not implemented yet, but end game missions. There'll be raid style missions as well. So like epic battles where there's no possible way you can kind of finish that yourself. So the goal is have like multiple people, like one guy accepts the mission, and then he can share the mission with 5 of his faction friends, and then you could all do the mission together because you have to, because that mission is like kill a Borg cube and like 35 spheres. Right? It's like a raid. So there's like an epic battle, and then there's a huge reward with it. So that's also in the works. And also daily missions. So missions will be released where there'll be like a special type of mission that you can only complete, say, once a day. And that mission will give you a special item or component. And those special components are used to make like epic endgame stuff, like epic phasers and epic torpedoes and stuff like that, that you can only get or you can only make, excuse me, by doing the daily missions. So a reason to log in every day. If you ever played an MMO, same concept.
Do any of the missions have anything larger than what goes in your inventory? Like spawn like a cargo crate that you got to lock onto and actually drag it to
No.
the next place?
Nope, it just spawns it into your inventory.
Can we see the maps?
I was just
Territory.
saying that'd be a neat way to actually need to have a cargo bay.
Yeah, you need something to put storage in.
Can you show us the maps? The territory map and the space map?
Yeah. So the territory map is, here's an example.
Use the plus minus on the top left there. That might, if it's giving you some trouble. In that same bar.
Top left.
Top left of the. There
Oh,
you go.
there you go. Gotta love when I create my own stuff and don't know how to use it.
Hey, that's why we did the beta testing for you.
Yeah, thanks. So here's a territory map. Again, not set up yet, but when it is, you'll be able to see all the territories that are available. So Romulan, Earth, Klingon, whatever. But there's also additional. So each home sector has 4 territories. So Federation space has 4 territories. Romulan and Klingon have 4 territories. Each territory is a planet, basically. So, like, if I'm thinking Federation, it's Bajor, Ryza, and the point of interest, the asteroid belt. All 3 are territories. If you own the territory, you get radar. So that helps you determine if there's incoming enemies or whatever. Territories have been simplified dramatically just so that gameplay is more fluid, and territories change hands more frequently. So in the past, when to own a territory, you needed, like in 3.0, you had to do like 6 or 7 checkpoints you had to take over, and then you won the territory. Now you just need one. You fight one fight, you win, you own the territory for is untargetable for an hour. So minimum 1 hour you own it, then someone can go try to take it back from you after that hour. So basically, territories are going to change hands quite a bit. The territories are not like they used to be, where we got a shipyard projector if you own a territory, or you got a super refinery if you own a territory. The territories are now much more basic. You basically, if you own a territory, you get radar. Now, what is another reason to own a territory, you might ask? We have alliance perks. So alliances can purchase perks if they own a certain amount of territories. if I own a minimum of 3 territories, I can buy a tier 3 refining perk, and everybody in my alliance will get, say, a 20% buff on refining yield or speed or something like that. As long as they're a member of the alliance, they get that perk. And you have to maintain the minimum 3 territories. Essentially, you have to own everything in your space. So if you're a federation, you have to own all of federation space. Essentially, you lose one, then you lose the tier, the perk of that tier. But you don't lose it permanently. It downgrades automatically. So if I bought a level 3 tier, which is the most expensive tier for, say, refining yield, and then I lost a territory, it will automatically reduce to a tier 2 alliance perk. And then if I take back a territory, it will automatically change to a tier 3 again. When you buy a perk, there's an upkeep cost every 24 hours. You need to funnel, I don't know, whatever amount, I don't remember what the amount is, say $50 million a day in order to keep that perk running for your entire alliance. How you pay that perk, it comes out of something called an alliance wallet, which is a new wallet, or group wallet actually it's called. It's a wallet that basically your leader of the alliance controls, and it automatically comes out of that wallet. So if that wallet has insufficient funds, then you are going to fall deficit and lose all your perks for that. Every player has a command they can run to put money in the alliance bank account. So every player, no one has to go through someone to put money or hand money to someone. You run a command and say, hey, Sargonis, add 50 million to Alliance wallet, enter, and then boom, it deposits it into the Alliance wallet. So if all your members are contributing, then paying the upkeep costs is not a problem.
Is the Alliance wallet viewable to all factions?
No, only the wallet contents.
For example, if I am part of the Klingon Empire, and whoever's in charge of the Klingon Empire, I don't pay attention that much. Will I be able to see the amount of money that is in the Alliance wallet, or is only the leader able to see it, or can he select who can see it? Is it this mystery number, or do we actually know?
I don't remember if it's available to. I think it's just available to the leader through the command, but there is going to be a. So, fuck, there's so much shit to talk about. Could be forever. So we're building a whole alliance portal on the website. So every alliance will actually have their own section on the website where they can put their own like recruitment advertising, and they can do their own like missions and work assignments that they assign people, and people can rank up, and you can see things like, you can see a list of like, hey, this is the alliance, here's all the factions in the alliance, and here's every single member in those factions that's in the alliance. So you can keep track and see everything that's alliance related, if you're obviously part of that alliance and have certain authentication levels. But one of the things we can do is add to that the wallet, the alliance wallet, so you can see what the balance is. I can also add a code, like a exclamation mark code, so that if you're part of an alliance, you can see the wallet as a player. But yeah, I can do that. But in addition to that, there's also an audit trail. So all transactions are actually logged. So if money doesn't just appear in the wallet, right? You're gonna be like, who donated that? Who put money in the wallet? You'll see it. If say Sargonis at 5:52 p.m. on this day put in 50 million credits, and yeah, it's all logged. So the alliance leader can see the details of those logs to see who's actually contributing and who's not. Okay, so let's go back to territories. So territories will be listed here. They'll all have nice little colors. They'll all be into these little hexagons. And if someone takes over a territory, the hexagon color will change to their related faction. So like say Bajor was right here. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but say Bajor was like right here. What would happen is Bajor would turn green if the Romulans took it, and it would say under Romulan Empire, whatever occupation. And then this is actually updated in real time. So as people take over stuff, you can come to the website, come here and be like, hey, who's owning the map right now? Who's like, what's going on? So that was kind of a cool thing there.
So I go ahead off. It's I need to get asleep.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Thanks,
have been
Vivid.
going for
Sorry,
almost
this was
3 hours.
a very long 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be fair, all town are 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah, it's just I gotta be up in 3 hours to go and get my pain meds. So
All right. Well, thanks for staying. I know some people dropped
yeah.
off and stuff. We're gonna wrap up very soon, anyways.
I'll I'll speak to you tomorrow anyway because I need to talk to you about stuff anyway.
Okay, sounds good.
Right. Good night, all.
Have a good night. All right, so that was the territory map stuff. I'm not going to bother demoing the 3D map because I have put no more work into it since the last time I was there. It's not ready for launch.
For clarification, will territories be on launch?
What's that?
Will territories be active on launch?
Yes. Oh, also, everyone owns their own home territory. So Earth is permanently owned by Federation, and Romulus is permanently owned by Romulus.
Will each of the factions respectively own all 4 of their starting territories, or will we have to go out and grab those other 3?
No, you won't own it. You'll have to go and grab them. And you won't be able to do that until you hit a certain level of progression because a defense grid spawns by default, owned by the Terran Empire, and
Well, I
it will
mean,
kill
the
you.
Federation has 600 starter ships, so I think they've got a chance.
But they
No,
probably won't have
I
weapons,
don't
though.
know. I don't think starter ships would probably get melted by this. Maybe 600, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, bounty trade. Oh, so trade guys. There's the trade network. It's its own page, and what you can do here is when you set up your trade station in space, and you put up your safe zone, and you're open for trade, your trade station will show up on this list automatically. And if I click on your station name, it'll show me your exact GPS of where it's located, so I can go there and I can visit your trade station and see, and go buy stuff and sell stuff. If I click on your trade station, I'll actually see in this section here everything you're buying and everything you're selling and how much you're buying and selling it for. So basically, I can go see without actually visiting your station exactly what you have for sale and how much and all that kind of stuff. So people looking to make money can also utilize that as a thing, right? You can go and be like, hey, there's a trade station in the Romulan Empire selling this for this amount, but there's a guy in the Klingon Empire willing to buy it for this amount. So I can go there, pick up a big like load of whatever he's selling, and go sell it to the Klingons and go make some money. So people can make their own trade network and trade runs and stuff like that. So another very requested thing for people who like to play the game in different ways.
The owner of the station, do they have to put in a balance of currency for the station to automatically buy, or how does the buy sell?
Yes, it goes by. So the station, if you're buying stuff and you don't have enough money in your personal bank account, then you can't buy it. Like it'll be insufficient funds.
Okay, so it's linked to your personal account. You don't have to like store the money on the station or designated a certain amount of money.
No, it should be pulling it from your account. So if you don't have enough money in your account, then you can't buy it. Or you can't sell, you can't, yeah. If you put out a buy order for whatever and someone tries to fulfill the buy order, but you have not enough money to pay for the buy order, then you can't do the buy order. All right. What else we got?
Hey, sorry.
So
sorry to ask a
newsfeed?
question to prolong it, but so what keeps people from just destroying the trade station? Is there
zone.
anything?
All trade stations get a safe zone. That safe zone does not require any zone chips. It just stays on.
Okay, awesome. I thought I remember you hearing that. I was hearing that earlier.
Yep. And then if again we have a script that goes out, looks at everyone's inventories in the game. We see that you're hoarding a bunch of stuff there, and then you have no like you're hoarding a bunch of stuff and you have like 5 ingots for sale, then obviously we know that you're using it for nefarious means. So again, like I just showed you, right? You can simply come here, go to the trade station network, select the grid, see what they're selling. If players can see that, then the admins can see that. So we can see exactly what you're buying and selling, and we can see exactly what's in your inventory. And if they don't match within a certain degree of discrepancy, we will talk to you about adjusting that and not taking advantage of that system. And if you continue, we'll simply just not allow you to make trade station ships. And then you don't have a safe zone and don't have to worry about that problem. So yeah, anyways, just don't ruin it for everyone by trying to take advantage of a system that we can very easily police.
What about being parked too long? For example, somebody parks there, logs off, and the ship's there.
You can
Let's
park
get yeeted.
You can park anywhere. It's in space, but if you park in a way that is trolling someone on purpose just to be an annoyance, then admins will move your grid and talk to you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is there
So
is there size limitation to the safe zone station?
as long as your station can fit in the size of the safe zone generator, and you might want to make it big enough to fit a transport ship so that if someone is visiting your station, that they're protected as well. Because I know if I was going to buy stuff at a trade station and that safe zone was not big enough to fit my ship, I would not buy it from that ship, because the second that ship starts leaving or whatever, there's going to be a Romulan decloaking off your port bow and firing.
Or a Klingon.
Or Klingon.
Hey, Sarg, I gotta head off. I'll have the recording up to this point if somebody can pick it up from here.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up now. Anyway,
Okay.
thanks,
No
thanks,
worries.
Trey. Have a good night.
Well, I'll hang out if we're about to wrap up.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up. I don't. Can you guys think of anything that I'm missing that was in the beta?
No, I think you touched on everything.
Yeah, I think you touched on everything. I think the most that we're looking for is the official announcement
Yeah.
of when it's going to
Oh
launch.
yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah, so how long do we have to wait, dude? Come on. Come on now.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Pause for effect.
Of course.
Do 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 do.
All right, you looking at my screen?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see it.
All right, turn your volume up.
All right.
So September 1st is the date for the
Oh
general
my
public.
God.
The general public. This Friday is early access for Patreons.
Mm.
So if you're a Patreon, I think it's Captain or above. I have to double check what it
Mother.
says on there. You will have access, early access on Friday, so you get the weekend, and then at the end of the long weekend, Monday is when the rest of the team or the community will have access to it.
I'm excited. It's gonna be cool.
So we can all
What
expect to
time?
see everybody that's here, right? There on Friday.
What
I
time
would
Friday?
love to see all that. That is a great question. I will update the time Friday the closer I get to getting this up and running.
No worries.
Preferably,
Yeah.
I'm aiming like noon Eastern. So it's for the EUK folks, it's like 5 p.m. I think, and Pacific folks, that's 9 a.m. But yeah, I'm aiming for that, but I'm just gonna keep it open. I don't want to commit because I got set back a lot by this DDoS attack and wasting time, and I got to get all this stuff set up. So
Do you have a culprit for that or a suspect anyway?
no, I don't.
How the hell is your provider not blocking DDoS attacks?
Probably West Taiwan.
They only block to a certain amount, and then whatever they did overloaded my network and blew my router or fried the settings on the router. That only could be restored by the ISP, so I had to call the ISP, and yeah.
Oh,
So sorry, tomorrow are you going to try and get those chips in to the beta so they can test it and make sure that they're not going to be
Starter
exploited?
ships work.
Yeah. Well, if you want to help, I would be more than happy for you to look over those starter ships. We only need 6 because there's only 3
That's what I
alliances
did.
now. Yeah.
Yep, that's what I did. I gave you the Klingons, the Romulans, and the Federation.
Hey,
Do you have the Patreon and the non-Patreon? Did you give me?
Yes. Yeah, I sent you
okay.
a zip file with them in.
If you have, can you look at those? Make sure that those are the right versions. Just
that would save me one more thing to do, because I really have to recode all of the whole login spawning things because I can't find that code anywhere.
I'll see what I
I'm
can do
going
because
back.
I gotta figure out how to get them back into my Steam.
All right, take care.
To spawn them.
Hey, Sarg, also something else that kind of came up, potential to remove issues with griefing. If I don't know how hard it would be to make it to where the spawners have to be can only be activated by people who are assigned to the different factions or the different alliances, and that someone from the Federation can't spawn a starter ship in Klingon or Romulan territory. Unless that's something we want to
not
keep.
with a lot of fancy programming in time. Definitely not for lunch.
Yeah,
It's
no
just
worries.
because the alliance, unfortunately, the alliance system is like completely framework. It's nothing. It's not Space Engineers tech, right? It's done by Crunch. So there's no way to say like, hey, Space Engineers code, if you're part of this group, then don't allow this and do this. That doesn't exist unless you build it into the group mod, or you build an API, or you put the information in a database and have the database read that information before executing the thing. Like there are ways to do it, but again, it's a lot of time. But
sure, no worries.
Yeah,
I'm not looking for that, but maybe something in the future that would be if it's possible on the spawner itself and like the additional data, like putting in faction codes similar to survival kits, where you can put in who can use it. I don't know if that's a possibility, but just a thought for later.
Codes would be probably a lot easier to do. Only concern with that is there's going to be someone that hands it out and then everyone has it, right?
Yeah,
Well,
I know. I'm just trying to think of simplifying the people who will come in and kind of ruin the community based off of just wanting to have some cheap fun on new players' expense.
Can you instead of spawning the ship directly from DS9, can you do a survival kit in Alliance or sorry, in like Fed space, and there's survival kit in Klingon space, there's survival kit in Romulan space, and then from there you would spawn the starter ship. That way you could control at least access to that point, and then that way you don't have to code who has access to the starter zones or whatever, because it would just be spawning at that little spot, that little
You
forward
still have to
base.
code it because you have to determine who's in that alliance.
Yeah.
So you still need to figure out who's in the alliance and then only allow them to go to that survival kit. And then once they're at that survival kit, only allow them to spawn this spawn ship in this territory. So it still runs in the same problem. But yeah, like I said, we don't need to spend time solutioning it. I already know like 6 different ways I could do it. But again, one of the first things I said when we started this meeting today about 4,000 hours ago was the community can help drive where they want me to put dev effort. And if this is one of those things, once things calm down, then definitely why not? If that's what the community wants, that's what we'll kind of work towards. But there's only so many things you can do in a day.
Absolutely. Yeah, no sweat. I just it just was something that came up in conversation.
No worries. So last thing before we wrap up, guys, could you please remember, if you haven't already done so, to get your alliance roles, like the reaction roles,
and only choose
make sure
one.
you.
Some people have chosen multiple.
Oh, is it doing that again?
I put in a ticket about it.
Okay. Well, I'll look into that. That's not supposed to happen. Well, anyone that I'll do a report. Anyone who's selected multiple will just have all of them removed, and then they'll have to redo it. stupid. I don't know why I did that. I haven't changed anything for that bot to, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so that is that. If you try to access the website and log in or look at certain pages, you may not be able to. That's because you don't have an account yet, because I haven't given access. You probably can see the basic stuff like the news page and stuff. Also, there's a news section here, so you can click on like latest news and you can see what's going on, the latest fundraiser stuff, and anyways, all like announcements and major stuff or